everyone, how are we doing? Welcome to the stream. Pleasure to be here with you in 2025 for some New Year StarCraft 2 action. Hello, hello, hello. Just refresh the webcam because it is turned on, just doesn't want to pick me up. There we go. Trying to do me some favors or something? I don't know. Hello guys, how are we doing? How are we feeling? Good to see you all. Thank you for thank you for being with us. As we are going to kick off into some action here today, we're going to be going into the OSC not mid-season playoffs. That's what we did the other day. OSC Championship. The Challenger bracket is going to be live here. That's what we're going to be working through. So, looking forward to kind of diving through all of this throughout the course of the day. And we're going to have a lot of OSC Championship over the course of this month. It'll be one of the main things that we cast for the next little while. So, that should be a lot of fun as well. Looking forward to it. And good to see you guys. And we're just waiting for the bracket to be seeded. Once the bracket is seeded, we will be able to go jump into some games and get this all started up. Very exciting. Very exciting. Alrighty. Apparently bracket is live. Let's have a peek. And just see who's going to be playing who in the first rounds. We got about 3, 5, 11 players today. BabyMarine versus Young G Machine. Winner plays for Jumi. I think LunaSea might be the first one to kind of might be kind of fun. Yeah, maybe we do LunaSea Epa first, and the winner, and then we could maybe catch BabyMarine for Jumi or so. Also in the round of 8, something along those lines. Cool. Looks like we'll do that. It's gonna be best of 3 today with best of 5 qualifying matches, guys. That's how today is gonna play out. So just a little bit of info for you all. We'll get this going very shortly. Kick off into some StarCraft 2. Get everything ready to go. Hello everyone. Again, welcome. Just take a moment or two for Ibra and LunaSea to get videoed up, and we'll get this underway here today. Beautiful. Alright, so yeah, we have a plan, at least, what we're going to jump into, what we're going to go and cast. Get that on the way, get that going. Awesome. How's everyone doing today? Again, Happy New Year to your first stream of me this year. Like I say, we'll be working our way through the OSC Championship Challenger bracket today. We've got a busy schedule today. Championship, our OSC Championship Challenger bracket tomorrow. Leo League Cup qualifier. Mars Coliseum over the weekend. WardiTV Mondays resumes next week. More big Leo Cups. And just action across the board in general. So, a lot going on over the next little while. TLDR. So, yeah, we should be able to have a good little time of it, as we will just take a few moments, like I say, for Ibra and LunaSea to get videoed. Should be able to start. Lovely. Again, everyone here is fighting to get into the OSC Championship, which is the end-of-year event for this OSC season. To put into perspective, the winner bracket is already set on the OSC Championship. Why don't we take a quick peek through how the bracket looks right now? And I will also show you basically what we're fighting for today. So what we're fighting for today is to qualify into this tournament, because you can enter via the lower bracket. So all the players up here qualify through OSC points or the mid-season playoffs, whereas all the players down here will qualify through the challenger bracket. Then obviously the other players will drop down there as they go. So this is basically, you can qualify in, money guaranteed the moment you get into the event, and you just keep going all the way. So yeah, I mean, the upper bracket's looking great. Deeper in the bracket, Beyond and Dark, high finishes this year. I guess Dark grinded a lot of online stuff and really got his OSC ranking up this year. Hero, Max Packs, Geralt, Shin, Clem. I mean, the stars of the lineup really in the upper bracket. Young Yakov, Skilla, Sneaker Nightmare, Rebellion, Cura, Creator, Christiana, Mindel, VK, Wayne, Classic, Honmono, and Shameless. Those guys will be playing from about I want to say about a week from now. I'm not sure exactly. I do know because I'm meant to cast it, but I don't have my schedule open. So the main event starts in, I think, a week and a half, 2 weeks from now. And we work through that, but obviously until then we have these challenger brackets which qualify players in. So we're going to be going through these qualifying matches, and that's going to be how we make our way through today's games. And what today is basically being played for is that idea, or that concept of going into the kind of lower bracket of the championship bracket. So that is what's going on. That is what's happening. That's what we're about to bounce on into. We have got ourselves a lobby up, so we should be able to get into our first lobby of the day here in just a few moments' time. And we'll get this all beginning. Ready, GLHF. Countdown begins. And we'll get into Romanticide to start the day, apparently. So Romanticide to start us off. Fun map, big map. This is part of the OSC extended map pool as well, so they play with maps that are not just the maps that are currently in the current ladder map pool, but also some maps that get voted in from past map pools and so on by the players and others. So we actually have maps like Romanticide back in here, Grezvan as well. You guys might remember Grezvan. That was a fairly popular map in its time too. As we get ready to go, let's cast some StarCraft 2 games, guys. We have got ourselves in the bottom right-hand corner the blue Protoss player. This is LunaSea, Korean Protoss player, actually, if you've not heard of him. Cool guy. Glad to see him play some games here today. As he takes on the red Zerg. In the top left, that's a lot of this kid in the qualifiers and stuff that we cover lately. This is Eva in the top left corner of the map. So we get this underway and started up. Assimilator coming through, probe coming in. A gateway to start, but that's a gas first, which means likely a no scout here from LunaSea. Big map, and so you can kind of get away with some of these little greedy plays, such as no scouting. So that is going to be the plan. Here right now, get that set up and see where we can take this. We just have our next few moments kind of panned out for us. The Overlord coming through the center of the map here from Eva, so that's just going to head down to the bottom right, hatch, gas, and pool. All on the way in. The gateway is still producing, the probe is still coming online as well. And we'll just follow this Overlord for a few moments even, just to get across the map and to see what's going on. Because there's not really much else going on, especially with no probe scouting. It means that you're not even going to have that probe on the other side to nibble at your opponent's mineral line. LunaSea will be completely blind, so is going to be playing without that information here for just a little bit. In our first challenger bracket of the OSC Championship. I think there's actually two of these today. I think one plays later today as well. We're not going to be covering that one, but you guys can catch that on another stream. So yeah, lots of challenger brackets, lots of players qualifying in. Like I say, going to be a fun few days, and like I say, just a fun month in general here for the OSC Championship, especially when you look at, again, the quality of that upper bracket. The player list there is amazing. And it is just a grueling bracket. You know, you got to win to really make it far. I also personally think that makes it very exciting as well. So I feel like we're in for a good time as we just take a few moments as Overlord. Gonna sit and peer at the natural where, well, you can see the first unit that'll pop out will be an Adept. We see the Stargate on the way from LunaSea. That's something Eva does not get to scout just for now, as this Adept will go for the Shade. A couple of Lings are waiting. If that Adept Shade's out, Things could make an attempt to get through and into the main base for some further scouting themselves, but I just don't think that that's happening right now. As you can see, the Adept cancelled its shade, and the Lings, even if they went forward, then the Adept is there to play defense, so that's not going to come up with much of a result at all, unfortunately. That will not go very far in the slightest. I'm just going to be seeing a probe, and Adepts continue to move through. The Void Ray coming up as well here on the side of LunaSea, so we're going to get a Void Ray popping. That's actually going to clear out this Overlord, so you get rid of your opponent's kind of map presence here. And information gathering, their scouting. Being able to remove that nice and quickly is a big plus. It's going to be seeing the Overlord again taken down. And the Queen and the Lings just gather up again. Warp Gate coming through as well, and the Overlord. You're going to get caught too. I mean, every Overlord you get rid of right now is something that you have to rebuild as Ebis, so that definitely creates some issues for you. It's definitely something you have to come back to figuring out. The Fleet Beacon on the way up, Stargate on the way out. Nexus halfway done, the probes are building. Drones, Overlord, Spore building as well. We just single circling of Eba. Coming down to the bottom side, the Void Ray going to activate, the Ling going to come over. Probe pulls away from that third base as the Fleet Beacon and Stargate continue to come into play. We just bring all of that through. Again, that Fleet Beacon about to finish up here. The Rotron in the lair on the way from Eba with the additional drones. I mean, because it's a pretty passive opening, there's not much to say just yet. And Romanticide is this pretty big map where we can probably see a pretty big game coming through. So, honestly, we sit back, we relax, and we see what the next step of this should be. Let's just have our carrier production coming through off the Fleet Beacons. Yeah, this is really just sit back and tech up kind of territory apparently, so we are going to be doing exactly that. But like I say, the foreseeable future, how long can we get away with that for? Does Eba just want to kind of match him? I mean, leaving a Zerg alone is scary, but a Protoss that gets to kind of just build Sky Toss, and this isn't even like Tempest into harassment, this is just straight up carriers from the start. I mean, if Eba doesn't know what's going on, and he doesn't have, like, Corruptors up at the right timing here, this could be an absolute disaster for him, right? 100% could go completely wrong for him very quickly, so I think something to watch for there is +1 missiles, and that roach speed continue to come through. Spire will start up in the natural expansion, so we'll get that going. The rest of the Zerglings will make their way out onto the map and head down to the bottom right-hand side. Again, we've got a couple of gateways continuing through. The carrier still coming online. That is the Forge? No, it's just another gateway there. So the Forge was kind of producing kind of to that sort of distance as well. As again, +1 missiles, the roach speed, the Spire, all continuing up right now. Now a pylon on the right side. Going to come and potentially get placed as the probe mines up some minerals. Nexus and the pylon both coming through. The Void Ray going to get the Zergling. Again, the +1 air weapons also continues to produce right now. It is Spire from Eba, which is obviously, like I say, very good news. It means that he is aware of what's going on here. He's figured it out. As he scouts in now, he's actually going to see the the Stargate and the Void carriers are going to reveal themselves. Like I say, Spire's going to be done. So Eba can just mass Corruptors, and these carriers are going to really not succeed. Why are we building Roaches? Doesn't have much lava right now. He built a bunch of Roaches, but I mean, I'm pretty sure he saw the carriers. Maybe he didn't. Corruptors on the way now anyway, so Corruptors do start up, and they begin to be this answer to this carrier force, which works its way to the upper left-hand side. Spores are going to burrow up. The Queens are going to be there as the first Spore goes down. The Queen's just happy to hit Interceptors at the moment, apparently, as they transfuse up this Spore Crawler, keeping it alive for the foreseeable future. Just doing the best we can there as now we start to actually jump on top of these Queens, and the Queens actually start to go after the carriers. I mean, just Dark Fire and the Interceptors was not doing enough. Like I say, Corruptors will start showing up, but they are not coming in all at once. They're coming in a few at a time. Damage is being done kind of across the board on these carriers, although apparently no recall, because we would have recalled these carriers immediately if we had it. At least I feel like we should have done, because the moment you know you're going to lose carriers, you should just be getting out of there. Kind of a weird one, because Eba loses all of his queens, and then we actually still get 2 carriers in return. So it was a trade for sure. Resources loss is going to favor LunaSea quite heavily, but I wonder if Eba's still just now having Mass Corruptor against someone who's only really got some air units, and even those have been knocked down a little bit. I wonder if Eba has some kind of killing potential here. He equally feels like he has something. The Corruptor's going to come chasing through. Obviously no way to save these carriers this time around. Although the battery is going to put in some serious work. The Void Ray is overcharging. They're going to be enough to push the Corruptors back as well, and that is going to be a defense here from LunaSea. So for Eba, who honestly looked as though he had the right set of structures to make this work in his favor, this is all going wrong now. This is all going wrong now as our Roach Corruptor continues up. The Robo Facility finishing in a few moments. A couple of additional zealots get warped in. We will settle ourselves down here. Well, this game 1. Looking to see what will be next as that Overlord gets knocked down as well. These are Void Ray Stalkers. I mean, the important thing as well is this is not just an air army anymore. It is progressed beyond just being an air army. It's so much more than that at this stage. And that's obviously a really nice bonus as the Hydra Den and the Infestation Pit both continue up. Let's continue to move about. Again, the Blink coming up, +2 air weapons, +2 ground attacks. Mothership and the Immortal all producing through this army. Still just going to sit there and pick their way through the rocks for a little bit. Rocks will end up in a little bit of trouble here then, so taking some damage. As we knock those down, we open up this space. And we just step straight forwards as I already here see a couple of Creep Teamers getting knocked down immediately. And where do we want to go as LunaSea for the next stage of this now? And we have the Hive coming up. Lurker Den coming through, about halfway done. Thinking about maybe moving into that top side, but decides not to do it as the Hive comes up, the Hydras come by. So let's peel off to that. Right, the rest of the army coming through the center. Stalker Archon Void Ray. Going to settle in here, just going to be seeing the rocks getting picked away at as well. It's just going to knock those down immediately. And big attack here, as Eba has to find a defense without a Lurker Den ready. If the Lurker Den finishes now, we don't even have... Well, we've got 8 Hydras morphing into Lurkers, but obviously no upgrades or anything, so that's not going to be, too great. You've seen this army still stepping forward. Spores going down. The Hatchery going to be taking some pretty serious damage as well. I think it's fair to say that this is a scary army, and we actually drop a Time Warp and maybe not the best of positions. At the end of the day, we're still getting rid of the Hatcheries. The Hatchery goes down. The Extractor's still taking damage. Again, Groove Spines, +2 missiles. Even the Seismic Spines coming up for the Lurkers, but we're just not there yet, and we are going to see the Corruptors at least knocking down the Mothership, but the Void Rays are going to be active during this, and just do not see Eba's army being good enough. This is way too teched up of an army right here. We'll back around to the right side. Shields coming through. Activate again, a few Hydras taking damage, a couple Corrosive Valves coming in. See the Corruptors there, ready to try and help chase back, as it's going to be seeing the Queen just going to be coming through as well. Still got Lurkers, Hydras, the +2 missiles again continuing to come by. Over the next few moments, a couple of Adepts coming through. Down at the right hand side, just going to be seeing the units step up, just going to be seeing the Void Ray dropping. A couple of Hydras are going to be getting jumped on here as Corruptor's going to be there as well. Stalker's still getting underneath. The Lurkers are finished though, so I mean if there's ever a chance, then this might just be it for you, Eba. The Lurker's completed, you can take a bit of a better fight, but still down heavily on supply, and LunaSea just in too good of a position here. I was just going to be seeing those Lurkers. Again, just not really ever going to be the impact makers they want to be. This needed to be Lurkers out with the maxed out army, not right now, where unfortunately it is just a little bit too far gone over the course of this one. Hatchery still taking some damage, the Roach Hydra Ravage is still stepping through. Hatchery does indeed go down. And Overlord on that far left-hand side, a couple of drones continue to take damage as well, so a few more shots going off over there. We turn back to the right, where Hydras on the Spire and the Lurkers will also get cleaned up. Just going to be seeing a couple of Hydras still stepping forward. The Interceptors are going to launch in. There's not really much else to say. GG gets called, and LunaSea is going to take game number 1 of this opening best of 3 of the day for us in the OSC Challenger brackets. Just again, rushing up to those carriers. Eba looked like he had a good answer, but then still let them kind of do maybe a bit too much in the end of the day. And that one is going to be that one. And that is going to be GG's. Alright, guys. Just like that, we are going to head into game number 2. And keep our games rolling here today as we move on through. Frostline going to be our second map, so we'll get that started up. And we go into game number 2. Like I say, guys, thank you for joining us. How's everyone doing today? Love to hear how you guys are feeling. Keep it readies. And we'll get into this nice and quickly. Good luck call from LunaSea. I don't think there should be any other results in just yet. Definitely thinking after this, maybe Fujumi against BabyMarine or Young G Machine would be pretty cool. There's the bottom side of the bracket as well. I mean, honestly, round of 8's all looking pretty interesting. And we do cast both semifinals, so should be a fun little tournament no matter what here. Wherever we end up going. It's basically just a round of 8 shot. This is already one round of 8. But after this, we'll have the second round of 8s happening, because this match did not have any round of 16s before it. Bottom left, LunaSea. Top right, Eba. Eba down a map currently to start this series off. Overlord moving out down to the bottom left-hand side. Gateway coming up, the probe in production, entering a few more drones. Continue to come in. Next in the cervical coming up as well as the only game looks pretty standard. There's no scout again from LunaSea. This is the sort of thing which if you make a habit of this, people punish you, you know? A 12 pool kills this, because you just have no way you can respond to the 12 pool in time to really deal with it, right? You just do not have the information necessary. Like, dealing with the 12 pool is a lot of information-based kind of, you know, decisions, but yeah. If you make a habit out of this as LunaSea, you end up in a pretty bad spot, so maybe taking advantage right now, but if it goes to a game 3, like I said, definitely potentially abusable, so Star Council building from LunaSea in the main base. The next is coming down on the natural. On the right hand side, this drone is going to set up a hatchery already, so it's going to get that going on the third base. Stalker going to be here, push this Overlord back into the middle of the map. Again, we've got our Zergling speed and a couple of additional drones continue to come online. Overlord producing through the hatchery continues up. Again, Twilight Council probe, Sentry, and Warp Gate will continue to come online. As the gateway drops down in the front of the natural. Continue to get this all established. There's the Dark Shrine coming in from LunaSea right here, so just going to get that Dark Shrine settled into play. We get that set up. Again, the Warp Gate coming through. The Overlord taking some pings from the Stalker. The Hallucinated Prism is going to provide the vision just to try and play some mind games as well. Again, there's that Dark Shrine just coming online here. The gateway about to finish up. The Warp Gate still coming through. Again, Roach, Roaring Hatchery, and Lair continue to build up as well. It's just all of that coming into play. There's our Queen. Drones coming online. Again, overseeing the Queen just coming through. The Nexus drops into place. Probe still transferring from the third base to the natural. A couple of Adepts get warped in. They're going to move about too. Again, that Roach speed's about to come up. The extra Roaches and the Queen coming in. The Evolution Chamber, the drones producing. Dark Templar on the way out. Our Nexus building on the third base as well. Think Shadow Stride continue to come up. Just going to see a couple Queens here. Actually going to deflect this first DT from the right hand side. And Roach Speed about to finish up. +1 missiles is coming over. The creep still pressing through the middle of the map. Again, the Dark Templar there just continue to chill for a couple of moments. Again, just going to be seeing an attack charge. All continuing through. The Overseer on the bottom side going to be hanging about as well. A little bit of creep continues forward. The DT going to come through. It's going to get rid of that creep teamer, so that will go down. Again, our Robo Facility about to finish. The extra 2 gateways coming through. Probes, +1 attack upgrade and charge. Also continuing into play for the moment. The Overlord gets shoved a little further back over the left. Hallucination moves into the main base. The Overseer taking some damage. Spore Crawler firing. And Hallucination taking shots. It is going to go down. And yeah, +1 charge. Continue to come into play. Really nice for Ebert because, you know, early in this game, DTs were invested into and you lost nothing. So, much more comfortable start as we even kill a second DT of the game right now as well. So, 2 DTs down, nothing lost. And Ebert's got to be smiling about how this one has opened at the very least, as man, we're going to build 5 more Dark Templar. Now, obviously, I guess some of those are going to become Archons, if not all of them. Okay, so that is exactly what we're going for. But if you're trying to hit like some kind of an Archon Immortal kind of attack here, it's not going to go very well for you. The reason really just being the fact that you have not done anything with the initial Dark Templar. You know, there should have been some harassing damage done. There should have been something achieved already. It just has not been. It really has not been. So now you're in that little bit of a troubling spot where if you try to push, the Zerg is in a much better position than they ever should have been, because you would have expected at the very least your DTs to force some lost mining time or something to have happened, and that just has not happened, right? TLDR of this whole situation. Lurgaden continuing through, the link speed coming up. Again, our Archon about to finish. The +1 armor coming through. A couple of Extractors and Spore Crawler on the way in. The Zergling speed about to be done on the side of Eber, as we do have the Overseer in the main. Drops by and contaminates up a Forge. +1 armor getting caught there immediately as we do go Chrono boosting out the Immortal. So the Immortal will get chronoed. Prison moving onto the map with the 4 Zealots inside. Away we go off to the top. Again, Hive coming online, a few Hydras and Lurkers coming through, the additional drones are coming about as well. With some hanging above the windsock there is, you know, this main army of LunaSea does start to head out onto the map, so heading over to that far right hand side. I'm looking to see if there's any opportunities arising for a growing Protoss army out in these parts of the land. Heading straight over that right side again, a few roaches gather on the bottom. This army is about to arrive. I mean, what have we got defensively here? 7 lurkers are up, but just not in position. The 4th base is completely abandoned. The complete lack of information that this army was coming as we lose all of these drones straight away. The hatchery goes down, and that's just good enough for our Protoss. It's very sad for Eber because you did not need to... You actually had an army that could 100% put up a bit of a fight here, and you just never get a chance to. So yeah, that's definitely a little bit rough. It's just going to be seeing our Archon Immortal coming back through, the few Lings going down, this hatchery is going to cancel. Extractor's taking damage as well. Getting Seismic Fence coming up, the Nexus is about to complete, couple Overlords coming in. As in we go, just going to be seeing the Lurkers firing up, and the Archon's taking some more shots. Hatchery on the right side comes through as well, just going to see the rest of the Zealots coming over. Back to the center, wrapping back around into the middle. 21 dead drones. Like I say, the damage was already done. I don't even know if we need to continue trying to fight, but we are just using this maybe as a posturing to get into the main base and kill even more workers with these Zealots in the main base. Yeah, that's going to be obviously pretty bad because, like I said, this main army doesn't have to do much. In fact, it's going to be catching this Roach Ravager, Roach Hydra Force. Oh, Eber, it's just all gone wrong. Move commanding this little group of units around. The Zealots are just causing way too many issues in the main base. This is absolutely a game that has just gone horribly, horribly wrong, so unfortunately. It seems as though this one is going to be going the way of LunaSea. It's 2-0. Nothing really else to say. A very convincing series, actually, from our Protoss player here. Very convincing, looking good throughout. Yeah. Not really much else to add other than that this is obviously just disastrous here for our Zerg player. There's a group of lurkers up on this high ground. They're going to move back to the right side. This is still swiping away at a couple of extractors as well. See if they can do much else. But yeah, I mean, this was honestly not a bad game for Eber either. Remember, the DTs didn't do anything at all. He just wasn't in position to start. And I think he knows that he just made a pretty simple mistake here at the end of the day of just letting LunaSea kind of come across way too easily and have way too good of a time. GG's. GG's, that's going to be our first series of the day, going the way of LunaSea 2-0 to start off our first challenger bracket of the OSC Championship. Meanwhile, looks like BabyMarine is still playing his matchup, so we don't have an immediate kind of next round of 8 to go into. Might do some scouting on the European server and see if anyone is around or going to be finishing soon or anything like that. We'll try and figure this out. GG Machine and BabyMarine are in game since 5 minutes. They must be on like game 2 or something at least though, right? So probably have some progress there soon, I guess. Okay, we'll just chill for a little bit then. Hang around for a few moments. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Good to see you all. Alrighty. Yeah, we'll just give it a few moments here, wait for some guys to wrap up here as we work our way through some OSC Championship Challenger bracket. I'm so happy every year we come back to the OSC Championship. We've covered this event for years upon years at this point. I think we were talking the other day about how it was, I think, the 2017, January 2017, where we first did an OSC Championship, Season 4. And, yeah, we've done it every year since then. So this is now Season 11. So we've done 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. A lot of people covered it back in the day. This is our 8th year of covering the OSC Championship here on WardiTV. And It's fun because I look through a lot of the brackets and I see a lot of the like the results and stuff, and I'm like, oh, man, I kind of remember those matches. You know, I remember how those went. All of that kind of stuff. Yeah, fun to kind of look back on those. Fun to look back on those. Just having a few clicks through, guys, and looking at some of the brackets and so on. There's so many winners over time. Yeah, Denver beating Clem in the lower bracket final was a wild one as well. It was one of the best runs we've ever seen from a lower bracket. Denver started lower bracket round 1. Went through Impact. Just some names you might be familiar with. Impact, Vindictus, Sort of, Eric, Bly, Mana, Clem. All the way to the grand finals, and Q4 zeroed him. But it was a sick run from round 1 in the lower bracket. Made it all the way. That's the cool thing about this OSC Championship. There's a lot of history involved, you know. If you really go back, you can really find so much of the history of this event. Very cool. Clem won his the year after, beating Showtime in the grand finals. That was also pretty good finals. It was back in 2021. 2022, Zest beat Beyond in the grand finals. That was also a good one. I actually remember that. And then last year, we obviously had the stunning victory of MaxPax. He 4-0'd Beyond in the grand finals last year. Putting emphasis on the finishing touches on that one. Crazy stuff. That final day was wild as well. It was like the last few matches, like 3-0, 3-0, 3-0. I was like, oh god. But yeah, very fun. Across the board. We are just taking a few moments. Like I say, we're just waiting for players to be out of game, ready to go, guys. Obviously, just chilling. The last game tilts you. Yeah, it was not ideal for you, mate. But those games happen. See, that's why I'm a caster, because those games happen all the time when I play. So, you know, Cross Army shows up and kills you. You weren't in position. Feels bad. That's why I just sit here and talk about the games instead. Talk about the games instead. Kill time, rank my top 5 sandwiches. How do you even rank sandwiches? Like is it like specifically like a type of sandwich? Is it like a, you know what I mean? Like, is it a type of sandwich? Is it like a sandwich I had for like can ham and cheese be there twice, but they were from different places? You know, like. Very difficult. Much more difficult question than you think it is, I reckon. Thank you so much. That was a level 15 on the Star Trek, by the way. I'll just take a quick moment to mention, if you've not checked, that's our first level 15, which is really crazy. Because level 15 is like plus, that's like plus $25 if you hit level 15. Oh my god, there's a second level 15. 2 at once, bam, back-to-back level 15s. That's crazy. That's plus 25, plus 25. Yeah, the Star Trek campaign's been going super well, guys. So if you really enjoy the stream and you want to support for free, !star in the Twitch chat, and you can download Star Trek Fleet Command, and you can check that out. So. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do Demi versus NightPhoenix, just because BabyMarine and GG Machine are going back in game. So it looks like they're playing in game 3 or so right now. So we'll go into a fresh series on the bottom quarter final, which is going to be Demi versus NightPhoenix with some PvZ. We'll get that ready to go. Kick that off. You're almost level 13. Hell yeah. Yeah, Star Trek Fleet Command, download it, play it. It's been a great success so far. So far, we've raised about $1,000 from you guys downloading and playing. So, you know, when we push these things and we say they really do help, $1,000 is pretty significant. I mean, look at our subscriber count. You know, that's like, what, like $1,000 is something like nearly half of what we make from subscribers in a month. So, yes, it is very significant. And we're not done yet. We can keep on pushing. That's definitely one of the better sponsors we've had in a while. So, again, check it out. !star in the Twitch chat. You've got 7 days left to level up and push it a little further. So, yeah, check that out. Apparently, you get like from level 15, you get like there's like goals at 17 and 19 as well. Like I understand it's probably gonna get slower and slower, but that's kind of wild. Yeah, check it out, guys, if you didn't already. I'm not gonna push it too hard. I know there's not a lot of people here right now, but we are just waiting for this game to start. We're in a lobby, but just needing the players to be ready. So we may as well mention it while we take a few moments. Again, thank you so much for joining us and waiting around as we again cover some OSC Championship Challenger bracket action. Appreciate you all being here. Appreciate you all being here. Excuse me, a little yawny today apparently. Can't get my yawns under control apparently. Yeah, it's going to be a fun month with LunaSea Cup, OSC Championship, the end of the Master Coliseum. Just in general, we have a few fun different things kind of coming through, so it's going to be exciting, going to be fun as our players ready. So we are diving into this one in just a few moments time, guys. Going to kick this off very shortly on Whispers of Gold. We're going to kick this off and get this going. Get ready to kickstart some StarCraft 2. Like I say, Whispers of Gold going to be our map. Let's get into it as we have in the top left-hand side to start us off, the red Protoss player, NightPhoenix. And in the bottom right, our blue Zerg player is going to be Demi as we get into game number 1 of this best of 3. And we look to see just what is going to happen, just what's going to take place. We get ourselves into this right now. Take game 1 of a best of 3 series. Yo, thank you so much for reaching level 2. I don't have my thing open. Raven, thank you so much for reaching level 2, and Star Trek helps as well. Thank you so much. Alright, gateway coming up, probe on the way. Hatchery starts on the side of Demi as well, as Demi is in the bottom right, NightPhoenix in the top left. This best of 3 round of 8 matchup here as we move through another round of 8, and then we'll go into the qualifying semi-finals. Hopefully some of those are ready when we come out of this one, so we can dive right into some best of 5 action and figure out who's going to qualify. This is Demi's 10th OSC World Championship. There you go, the most of any player. That's also why the OSC is very cool, because when you talk about like a history and you talk about like storylines, like I think OSC actually does have storylines stronger than so many other things. I appreciate maybe, you know, yes, OSC is maybe not the biggest event in the world. It's not a DreamHack. It's not a, you know, WCS or whatever. But it's been a very consistent and significant online tournament for years upon years. And that's why it's really cool, because we can track stuff like that. Who's played in the most? Who has got the best records? You know, actual... I was talking about this in my own tournaments the other day with the WardiTV Christmas Day games. I was like, it's so cool to be able to be like, hey, this guy's like a 2-time champion of this event and stuff like that. Like, I really like stories like that and little, you know, factoids, but OSC Championship is littered with them because they track everything so well too, so... Another super cool part of this tournament series as our queen starts. We got a fairly normal start here. The probe actually just patrolling at the front, not even going to try and nibble in the mineral lines, so not even being as annoying as it could be, quite frankly. Could be a whole lot worse. Probe is going to pull back and forth. A couple lings are going to come out, chase that probe down for a few moments here. And yeah, drone coming about, Stargate coming through on the side of NightPhoenix as well, so we continue to bring that into play. Link speed's going to be coming up. Just going to be seeing the Stargate continuing in as well, so to get that completed. And we're going to see a pretty normal bit of tech here to start out with. I think this will look a bit more like a regular PvZ than what we saw in the last series. I think that match between LunaSea and Ebo was a little bit obviously with LunaSea kind of bringing a couple of different builds. It's a little bit different to what I expect to see throughout the rest of this year. There's a couple of depths. Gonna come moving back through. Drone's coming up, Link speed on the way. Oracle and the Wolf Gate's coming about as well. As we continue to shade about. And the hatchery coming in, a couple of spore crawlers building up, and drones and the Queen coming online also. It's a good chunk of Zerglings going up the right-hand side. They're going to go running straight across to the top. So away they go. As again, a couple of depths are going to be there. The Oracle is going to be nearby. The Nexus will go down. Again, we got our extra drones, Queen, and spore crawler still building through for the next few moments. So just got all of that coming out. Again, our Nexus and the Gateway continue to come online as well. Got that evolution chamber coming through. The Oracle actually on the other side is going to pick up a couple crew teamers. They activate a revelation, and a couple crew teamers continue to go down, so damage being dealt. Evolution chambers, drones continue to come up. There is the spore crawler getting placed back into position too. Let's just have ourselves the Oracle production continuing, so those Oracles will be finishing very shortly. Have ourselves the drone getting picked off. Make that a second drone. The Queens are still firing. Oracle's still taking hits. Pull back away up the right-hand side now, and it's going to be... Meanwhile, seeing the Zerglings on the other side just having to chill, waiting, because these Adepts are at home, so there's not much that Lings can do at the moment. Oracles will gather up. Third Oracle coming through the sky as well, so all three of these are going to gather together, and we're going to start pushing down to the bottom side as those Adepts and Oracles all at once. We're going to make a little bit of a dive into these mineral lines in the game, look to see if there is going to be some opportunity for something to happen. Diving in over here, Group Teamer goes down. That's another drone that gets picked off as well, so we're going to be able to grab that. Keep on moving through. We'll just have ourselves... Yeah, these Adepts continue to move over. Just going to see the Oracles are going to activate one more time, go after a Queen. Actually pretty nasty, the fact that these Adepts are going to be all the way into the main base now. Damage continuing to be done. Very nice as the Oracles now get away up through the top. So Oracles come through the middle of the map. They're just going to go running back out over here. Melee upgrades, carapace upgrades coming through. The Zerglings are going to continue over. Game +1 and Blink continues online. The Stalkers and Probes still producing as well. These Lings go all the way out to the upper left, where once more the Oracles are going to be nearby. The rest of the time, these Zerglings pulling back now to the bottom right side. Archives coming through from NightPhoenix. Just going to get that Temple Archive set up. The Zerglings will also make their way out across the map for the moment. Again, just going to go and opens up some rocks here on Whispers. Demi's supplied Trillin a little bit already. He's working on double melee upgrades, which is quite a hefty set of upgrades for PvZ, so we'll see if that is something that's... We'll see if that's something that comes into play, basically, as the Stasis Ward sets up there. Crypt's going to keep on spreading. We have ourselves the Oracles. A couple of them just splitting off for 3 more drones, so once again, it is just going to be NightPhoenix that is so far able to keep on doing good damage early and putting himself in a pretty comfortable spot here, I think, for these early stages. Doing very well so far. There's the Storm, there's the +1, and there's the Blink, so all the upgrades back at home from NightPhoenix. As his transition looks very smooth so far. I actually think I'd pick NightPhoenix as one of my favorites to just straight up kind of advance the day out of everyone in the bracket. One of those players who's a little bit hard to identify just how good he is all of the time. Because he plays a lot of matches that are... Yeah, his play is kind of inconsistent, I guess, sometimes. And he plays a lot sometimes and not so much other times. But definitely a name which you got to respect a little bit because of the things he's been able to do in the past. So that Stasis Ward is going to go off for 4 more Queens. Stasis is catching Lings now as well. Hatchery will go down. Stalker's peeling back. The rest of the Zerglings will continue through. It's going to be another Stasis Ward catching on even more Zerglings. And then Storm's still coming up. The Stargates are about to finish it back at home. So NightPhoenix with another follow-up ready to go. transitioning so smoothly right now. See our Stalkers coming about, going to get a few Zerglings. Actually going to blink forward, but the rest of the Lings are going to show up and they're going to turn onto these Stalkers. That was a bad blink from NightPhoenix. Demi able to capitalize as the few Zealots stepped up eventually, but they don't have charge, so they're pretty slow as well. And yeah, just a bad blink there as NightPhoenix thought he was going to chase those Lings away, and the Lings were like, nope, we're going to turn and kill you. That obviously is a pretty expensive endeavor. Not ideal at all. 13 more Hydras continue to produce. Plus 2 Carapace, Muscular Augments, a few more Zerglings. We've got the Crypt Tumors pushing forward. The Zerglings up at the top are going to get caught on a Stasis Ward on the right-hand side. I think Hydra joining up over here. Just going to see the rest of the Hydra stepping forward too. Plus 2 attack and charge coming online. The batteries are still building. Well, drop a load in the main base. Going to get dealt with pretty quickly, especially as we got the Phoenix out. So the Phoenix can come through and they can clean up that drop load and it will not be able to drop again. The Zergling's going to step forward. The Stasis Ward going down once more. Just going to have ourselves a couple of an Adept plus a couple of Zealots in the background there as the Zergling's going to step through. The Hydra's going to come across. The Zealot's still going to chase over as well. This is not a lot of units for NightPhoenix, honestly, and I feel like he needs to get some Storms out if he wants to do much against this amount of Hydras. It's the first Storm. It doesn't honestly do that much straight away. We're just missing the Storms that we need. The next Storm doesn't do much either. We can break into the natural here as Demi. That Storm is much better. As we already trail a few units into the natural expansion, we continue to fight back against those Zealots. You can see there's just not much follow-up outside of the Storm. They're going to be able to jump onto this army, and NightPhoenix, this was all going so right for him. And now it's all going so wrong as his army just was not ready to fight this amount of Hydras. And Demi is looking to take a Game 1 victory off of this Ling Hydra aggression. Just coming straight across the map, and success was found. Amazing stuff as we have the Hydras still pinging away at the Nexus. The Zealots are going to be there fighting the Lings, the Probes. Actually going to recall to the third, the fourth. Well, I mean, the Natural is dead. The main base is dead. All the production in those bases will be dead. Just going to see the Lings continuing after the Probes. Again, Assimilators going down. The Pylons getting picked away at. The rest of those Probes dropping as well. This really is coming to a close very swiftly here as the Zerglings will finish off a couple of Pylons. The Gateway is still taking damage also. Now these Hydras and Lings regather back around the other direction. Just going to see the Mothership on the way out. Additional Zealots and Gateways coming through. The Cyber Core coming online as well for the moment. Just going to get those Hydras onto the Stargate here a little bit. Plus 3 attack starts up on the Forge as well. Goes the Stargate, the fuel Zealots continue to drop. The Gateways gather up. I mean, the fact that this is still going, the main base is an issue, as NightPhoenix has obviously not really got anything else going on. He's gathering a lot of High Templars with energy, but Demi is just building up in a big way. We have a Mothership too. Just going to drop the cloaking here, as the Mothership should be able to fight these Hydras off. Should. Not succeeding. Oh my god. Actually, genuinely nearly loses the Mothership, which would have been pretty rough, and does survive low HP. Couple Tempers still on the way from the Stargate, so we continue to bring those out here for the moment. Just going to be seeing the Hive continue to come online. Hydra Lurker makes their way over to that far right side as well. Yeah, those Lurkers burrowed up. It is taking shots. One gate going down, second gate will fall. Just going to see the Hydra's able to pick off the Assimilator. Now we step up. Those cannons and the Nexus will continue to take some damage as well, so we will continue to push our way through this. A couple of Storms coming down. Those Hydra's still taking damage. The High Templars from a couple of different angles coming about as well. The Archon is going to get back across that. There's going to be another couple Hydra's going down. The Lurkers will burrow. Demi just winning every fight on the map at the moment. It's not really a great place to be for NightPhoenix. He's getting a bit of air army up. I'm surprised Demi does not have a Spire. But like, I mean, you see a Mothership, you see a couple Tempests. Why would you not build a Spire, right? I mean, it's the one way you lose by not having a solid answer to an air army, just in case it gets large enough. I know it's probably not going to, but I feel like Demi's in a position where it would not hurt to just put a Spire down just in case. You're in the luxurious position of having the just in case kind of factor in play for yourself. This goes down. Robo facility still building up. Just going to see the rest of the Zerglings here moving over to the sides. A couple of Hydras moving over too. Zerglings still producing along just for the moment. A lot of units, and they're just going to come straight on forward. Looking pretty darn convincing as we come straight in. Just going to be seeing our couple of Overseers taking some damage. The carriers are still producing through. Most of the Hydras and all Lurkers setting up and pinging away. Just going to be seeing the Mothership activating here as the Lings and the Hydras going to step forward again. The cannon and the battery will take some further damage. Just going to be seeing the Overseers still moving about. Got 4 Ultras and 8 Hydras will continue to be added on amongst everything else. Like I say, Ground Army's fine for Demi. And we've got a Spire finishing too, so you can rebuild with Corruptors now as well. That is now an option for him, which is obviously a pretty good bonus. The Hydras and the Lurkers step over to the right. Plus one flyer attack still coming online. Again, the upgrades all coming through. I'm just going to already have ourselves a little bit of a poke forward here. There's a couple storms coming down. Hydra's taking damage. Hydras and the Ultra still stepping forward there. The Archon is going to be in trouble as well. That's going to go down immediately. Two more storms doesn't do too much as these Ultras continue to step up. Realistically, there's not much to clean this out. 20 Corruptors, because the only thing that's really standing is going to be an air army. And if you can knock that down, you're going to have a very good time. Intercepts continue to come through here and there. This is pretty much just going to get all sorted out. Again, Corruptors on the way, Hydras coming up. Mothership going to activate the cloaking. As you do see, the Ultra's going to continue to dive on by. Again, just going after the probes until they get cloaked and protected. But the Lurker count siege is on the right side, and NightPhoenix will say GG. As Demi is able to take game number 1 of the best of 3, opening this series strong. But like I say, I mean, the actual start of this was pretty scary, I would say, for Demi. I think it was definitely a bounce back moment from NightPhoenix that was able to punch on through. A bounce back moment from Demi that was able to punch on through at fight where NightPhoenix just did not seem to have enough stuff available at all, right? As yo, Pulse IRC2, thank you so much for the 13-month resub on the Prime as we get ready for our game 2 in just a couple of moments. Alright, players just readying up. As they're ready, we'll dive into this quarterfinal game 2, and we'll have semi-final action potentially coming up after this. Fujumi is playing BabyMarine, so BabyMarine did go 2-1, but does get that win. Plays Fujumi now. Winner of that plays LunaSea in the semi-final qualifying round. Rostock beats Sebezdes, which means that Rostock plays Lemon. The winner of that plays the winner of this series, which will also be in a qualifying round. So that's where things are at. Potential for a couple of PvP qualifying matchups if NightPhoenix bounces back here in this series. So well, let's see what happens. Best of 3 right now. Down a game, so last life at the moment already for NightPhoenix in the bottom right as our red Protoss in this matchup. Bottom left, our blue Zerg is Demi. Game 2 of this best of 3. See what happens. Why was he not targeting the ultras? It was just too far gone. By the time ultras were out, I don't think it really matters what you target in those scenarios. I think a lot of this was just going to be, like I say, a bit too far gone. Difficult to get back to. That's gas pool coming up. Next coming down. We get ourselves settled in for a few moments here. As we get ourselves a cyber core starting up, the Nexus on the way. And yeah, probe in production as well. Just as we get underway here. How come the monthly top gifters didn't reset? That's so weird. Is it going to reset? Is it resets in a day? Is that when the promotion ends? Maybe that's why. That's so weird though. That usually resets at the start of the month. Shock horror. It's wild. Maybe they extended so they could show off how many Valorant gifted subs there had been. Adept just shading around as we take a few moments, stepping about, Overlord coming through. Links be coming up, the Stargate and the Adept and the Warp Gate continue to come in as well, so just got a lot of that on the way here. There's our first two Adepts that will try and cause some trouble as they come across the other side of the map, so away they go. It's going to meet a Queen right from the start. The Queen going to hit back, and the Wing's going to come through. I'm going to look for a little bit of a surround on those Adepts. And the Adepts will just be like, nope, I'm getting the hell out of here. And they're going to pull back away down to the bottom side of the map instead. Wing's still just cruising over. Just going to have our Oracle and the Warp Gate coming about. Again, Pylon and the Gate coming online as well. Zerglin's coming over. As we just have ourselves, those things going to gather for a little bit. Couple of simulators coming online, and the gateway continues to produce. Let's have ourselves the drones, lings, and queens reaching through as well. Nexus dropped on the third base. The Oracle actually activating already, and a couple of drones beginning to go down. Oracle ends up with 4 kills, so not bad at all for an Oracle to get 4 kills. Fairly early as well, pre-4:30 in the game. The earlier you're getting that damage done, the happier you're going to be typically. And that's definitely worked out in your favor so far, as you just see the Zerglings coming about. A couple of Adepts continue to gather together also. And Twilight Council and Forge continue to build up. Lair and the Evo Chamber coming through too. Blink starting, +1 attack on the way out. A couple of additional probes in production. Another Stalker warp in just to go after the Overlord and poke that away. Third Oracle shows up. Both Oracles so far have been taking damage, so they're not exactly super healthy moving into this next stage of the game. Plus, the melee upgrade coming through, and the additional Overlords coming up. Got ourselves settled here as the Oracles will get an energy overcharge even, so they're going to be able to gather a lot of energy and be able to kind of really hit hard going across the other side of the map, I imagine. There go those Adepts. Just going to move through. A couple of Stalkers coming about. So we shade our way up through the center. Again, Blink and +1, both on the way in as well, so we just bring all of that into play for the moment here. A melee upgrade coming through. The Stalker's already going to jump onto this Overlord, so a little bit more damage being done on the Ovi. Stasis coming down as well. A couple of creep tumors falling. And yeah, that's just another revelation to get rid of a few more creep tumors, so a little bit more damage being done here. As we do have our Hydra Den and our melee upgrade continuing to come into play. The Adepts and the Stalkers back to the center. Going to be able to go after this hatch. Sword catching. The Adepts going to turn back around. The Zerglings will continue to take some shots. Stalkers firing through as well. We do get our units back onto this hatchery and getting some more damage done. Going to be seeing the Oracles overhead. Should be able to provide some aid. And there we do see the hatchery now taking some damage, being forced to cancel. So NightPhoenix is able to do some damage early on. And definitely, I mean, very similar to the last game, where it feels like NightPhoenix is able to do well early. But doing well early doesn't matter if you then just die on the follow-up, and there's a Drop Lord building, so I wonder if Demi is readying to just go. This time we're going to get Storm on the way much faster from NightPhoenix, and maybe that would help him defend if this becomes aggressive, which I think it's going to be fairly shortly. Knocking down those rocks, which is fun because it protects your nexus that you're taking. NightPhoenix working through this bottom side of the map. Demi's not working through the bottom, he's working through the top, which is a little bit odd for the Zerg. But yeah, NightPhoenix just adding extra defense as he looks to get away with that gold, and get away with that gold base. You're going to be happy. Gold-based minerals are good minerals. And Hydra will push those Stalkers back to the bottom side of the map, force them to blink away. As Demi, like I said, he's been building nothing but units. It does feel like aggression is coming. If that's the case, then he should go right now, as he's already dropping into this natural. No response just yet, as I guess the warping was already used, so we are going to have a little while where these Lings are able to get some damage done. Oracle's turning back around, a couple High Templar show up. We're going to try and dive a High Templar. It's a very brave choice, and it's unfortunately not going to be the correct one, as it doesn't do much at all. This army seen coming across the map as well, so you're going to realize that on the side of NightPhoenix, you see those Hydras are coming toward you. Things joining up, everything else joining up in general here. Just going to be starting to push through. Obviously, the fact that this is already a stasis ward catching a bunch of those Zerglings does not exactly bode well for you either. Yeah, this is not a great start. Some Hydra's actually now going to come across, and they're going to try and deal with these Stalkers over here, so they're going to try and go back and forth a little bit as well. So we're seeing the Stalkers gathering around. The Ling Hydra trying to move through to the bottom side. Another stasis catching just a couple of Hydras. Zealots still trying to chase across as well. Zealots still pushing through. The High Templar going to come forward. The Oracle's going to be there. Storms across the Hydralisks already. Hydra's taking a lot of damage. Now the Stalkers jump over as well. This is going to be GG from Demi this time. NightPhoenix has enough and will be able to see success. So there we have a successful game from NightPhoenix, tying this up 1-1. And we are going to go all the way to game number 3. So we're going to get our third map in this quarter-final matchup before the semis. We're going to go to ley lines for it. Get this started up right now. Perfect. Let's do this. As we make our way into one final game of the quarterfinals, we actually will have already Lemon 2-1 over Rostock. So Lemon will be very notably in the yes, Lemon will be in the next round, and he will be waiting for the winner of this series. So we will have a semi-final ready to go, basically, super soon here. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Bottom left, our red Protoss here is going to be NightPhoenix. Says, yo, is that Ravens hitting level 6 already? Thank you so much. Appreciate it. There's NightPhoenix in the bottom left and Demi in the upper right. Let me get this underway. I don't have my Stream Elements dashboard open on my other PC yet. Let me do that quickly. Let's make things a little smoother. Yeah, Raven coming in with the level 6 Operations Center. Speeding through. Level 2 20 minutes ago, level 6 now. Such crazy that we have 60 people that reached level 2, but 42 people went on to reach level 6. So many people went on to that next tier of support. It's just amazing. So again, thank you so much everybody that's been involved in making that happen. I really appreciate it. As we get this game 3 underway. If you want to win the levels, hell yeah, mate. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Usually around level 6 you unlock your second ship as well, which is also big for the stream, so hell yeah, amazing. Thank you. Like I said, it's been a very successful sponsorship. We have a lot of like I said, potential sponsors lined up. I'm trying to pick which one to do next. I do think Star Trek has been the best one and will be the best one, but I'm looking at the other possibilities to figure out what else we could maybe cover. There's some of the usual ones like World Dragons and Red Shadow Legends, but I kind of feel like doing a newer one. But the newer ones are, I don't know, a little different as well. Anyways. Just yabbering on. This PvZ's about to get going, so let's get to it. As the Stargate coming online. It's going to chase the probie down. Just going to be seeing the drone going to be nearby there. Yeah, just going to be seeing how links be coming up. The Stargate continuing through. Depth is going to go shading across, so already going to move over to the other side for the moment. Just have ourselves the Queen, Overlord, Stargate as well. Will continue to come through. Depth is going to shade about. Yeah, an Oracle and the Warp Gate coming online. Just going to be seeing the Adept coming over. And again, this will just poke about. We have seen early damage being done here on the side of... yeah, we have seen early damage successfully being done on the side of NightPhoenix in these games. So if Demi can hold off these Adepts without taking damage this time, that would definitely be an improvement. So let's see the Oracle coming up, that Warp Gate coming online as well. Bring that into play. Just for the moment. A couple of Adepts going to chill around. The Oracle is going to be coming over. There's the Nexus going down as well. That Oracle goes boosting across to the upper right-hand corner. Away we go for the moment. Oracle on the move. Warp Gate building. Queen's already hitting that Oracle. Is just going to be seen in the lava going down as well. The Spore Crawler will continue to come up. Queen's going to be there, and Oracle gets turned around one more time. Revelation down again. Zerglings will gather up. And Twilight Council and Forge coming up. Couple gates continue online. As our Oracles just gather back in. It's going to be seeing them coming over to the right. A couple of Depths going to step up. Queen's going to be flaring. Again, a couple of Depths going to fire up. It's going to be seeing the Queens coming over. Again, Hydrogen finishing soon. Gates in the blink and the +1 continue to come into play. And you have ourselves the Oracles and the Adepts together. Usually can find damage, and the Oracles step up. The Lings take shots. And the Adepts are going to threaten the Shade. I mean, the Lings will jump onto that shade for the moment. See what we can do. Let's see a couple of Oracles getting picked away. A couple of drones going down as well. Still see the Lings and the drones coming over there. Just going to be seeing Queen's able to get rid of that Adept also. +1 and Blink continuing up. Oracle coming out. Ling Hydra, improved spines building as well. Stasis Ward comes into position. The Fleet Beacon dropping... not Fleet Beacon, Shield Battery dropping down. For some reason, I always think of Fleet Beacon and Shield Battery together. I just can't get this out of my head. Sometimes I just see it and my brain instantly goes, oh, that's like a mini Fleet Beacon. Yeah, I don't know, guys. But yeah, battery going down, safety being prepared. As Demi is going to be up against +1 Blink very soon. Once again, playing into that Ling Hydra style. Question will be, can he kind of get from that Ling Hydra style to something more effective here, or what exactly is his plan going to be or become? The Temple Archives coming online as well, something else that Demi is going to have to handle here in the foreseeable future as the Hydra's still coming about. Musco Augments is coming through. Just going to see another couple of Stasis Wards coming by there. The Stalker's going to shoot. Cryptimus will continue to take some damage. You'll be seeing the Lings getting caught in that Stasis, which is nice because it's going to give the Stalkers an easier back away. This time the Stasis doesn't go off on much, a Ling you were already killing. And as the Hydras gather back together, Stalkers and the Oracles join up together. It's going to be seeing the Hydra's going to get back onto the rocks here, picking these rocks open. And as these rocks open up, this should be pretty beneficial to you. And Stasis Wards are being the bane of Demi right now. That's another one that's going to catch a few of those Lings already. Storm coming up as well. And a couple more cannons going through. Demi is poking at the front and he's going to try and break through into this natural location. Gotta be careful though, because we've got High Templars available at the Storm. It was okay, it wasn't amazing though, and that's actually a little bit problematic perhaps, as we are going to see, 8 probes already going down, 9 probes going down. Both the High Templar there died in the front as well, so not a lot of reinforcing storms. The Lings need to get in front of the Hydras right now. They need to start tanking for these Hydras, protected from the Immortals and the Stalkers, as Demi is looking as though he might have enough here in this game 3 to potentially shove through. Not there just yet, but we are making progress toward getting there at least. Another storm coming down. The Hydra is actually coming in from 2 different angles as Demi leaps on this army. 4 probes going down as we speak. It's going to have ourselves the Hydras need to keep on reinforcing this though. About 30 supply ahead. And it's purely an army as well. 40 army supply ahead actually. So a lot of army advantage. Your opponent does not have a lot of tech units remaining either, which is one of the things that pros would typically lean on to succeed. Things like these Stasis Wards though are really effective because that's a bunch of Hydras that are not there at the right time. And when they pop out, they're fighting a cannon. Again, they're just not there to kind of really make the full fight happen at the right point. So a little bit problematic as we do get a couple more Zealots of grabbing those. Demi just has to keep sending it, but Charge is about to finish up here. This game is getting much better for you here as NightPhoenix as time passes by, right? So as time ticks on, you're getting into a better spot. Another storm coming down. A couple of these Immortals getting hit as well. There's going to be the Hydras trying to fight back the other direction. Just going to be seeing the Lings coming through too. These Immortals still popping out of the Robo facility, but are they going to be enough? We kind of need to get rid of these Zealots and get rid of this Immortal at the very least right here, I think. If you didn't get rid of this Immortal, I think this turns into a little bit troublesome. Right? If another Immortal comes up, it becomes just a little bit more dangerous all around. Now we've depowered the Robo though, so NightPhoenix will not get much more coming. He's got 67 probes, but Demi has the significant army supply lead, and again, if you can just keep getting Lings in front of the Hydras and protecting them. I'm just going to fight. There's no Lings just continue to come through. So we've seen the storm coming down. A couple of storms coming down. It's going to be seeing the Zealots, the High Templars, the Immortals stepping forward as well. Yeah, Hydra's still whacking away. A couple Archons setting up. Both those Archons going to go down. Just going to see those getting grabbed. Robo Facility going to get jumped on as well. Just going to be coming through there. The Pylon is going to get jumped on as well. Just going to see the rest of the Zard still trying to come through. Nice deny on the Pylon. Another Immortal was just about to pop out. Man, NightPhoenix has 79 probes, which is straight up ridiculous. These couple of cannons have put so much work in as well, by the way. 23 kills on one, 8 on the other. I think Demi just needs to, Demi just doesn't seemingly have the numbers to just keep going somehow. I really don't know how. I feel like he should have been able to get there. Second Immortal out, 2 at the same time, plus 3 High Templars. Building energy is scary. We just need, do we need more Lings? Do we need more Hydras? I really don't know. Demi has not been able to put the final punch through this. Now you gotta dodge storms again, right? Which is a problem in itself. Another Immortal about to pop. I think NightPhoenix has done it. He's survived now to the point where he's actually gotten a significant amount of tech up. So that is absolutely huge as the units come back across the other way. Eyes and the Lings coming back over as well. Zealots joining up. Just going to be seeing that +3 attack coming through. Immortal Archon coming in. Cybercore building. We've seen the units coming across. Pushing in once again. Just going to see a couple more coming by. The Immortal coming through. Hydra pulls back to the top. Then we seen Demi having to settle for a few moments. Get a look at Den out, but the thing is for NightPhoenix, we mentioned his probe count a few times. It's absolutely ridiculous. So, yeah, now we're going to have ourselves 82 to 59 workers, 4 bases up, and the tech unit's good enough as well. Battery, Robo Facility continuing through. The Zealots just going to come across as well, so we continue to settle here. You're going to see the Zealots actually going to get jumped on by the Hydras coming from that right-hand side, so going to come straight through, going to clean that up. Again, Hydra's Lurk is coming in, Robo Facility and the Fleet Beacon on the way up as well. That's going to dive, Hatch on the top, going to get picked away at. Lings, Hydras, Lurkers continue to step forward here on the side of Demi, so coming through, with the Lurkers basically to see if he has enough. I really do not think he will. I think, like I say, the tech unit count has been grown from NightPhoenix, and that really was a big part of his defense in the end. There's a couple more storms coming through. GG. Man, Demi felt like he was right on the edge of making this happen. Damn. Alright, GG's. That means that is NightPhoenix to move on through to the semi-finals, where we're going to be having him playing against Lemon. So I think we're going to hop on over to Americas and get Lemon NightPhoenix underway. Meanwhile, LunaSea waits for Jumi and BabyMarine to finish their series, so that continues to go on as we speak. Plenty of StarCraft continuing here today. Perfecto. Alright, couple of moments then, guys. Again, hope you're all doing well. We'll throw a quick break on. Oh, actually, we just gotta wait for videos, so we'll just take a couple moments to come back. I'll see you guys very soon for more StarCraft 2. I'll be back in just a little bit. Alright guys, hello. Thank you for sitting through some ads as we are moments from a Lemon NightPhoenix best of 5. And LunaSea will be a third Protoss play on the top side. Yeah, looking to be all about Protoss so far here today. I'm going to be going ley lines for this map number 1 in the next few moments. Kick this off, we'll get this underway. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you all. Let's get into this and see what will happen. In just a moment, Lemon and NightPhoenix both here. Get ready to get this first best of 5 started up. Nice. Very, very nice. Go goes as Lemon. NightPhoenix to give us a go ahead as well. And there it is. So countdown starts. This PvP will come up. Get this one underway in a couple of moments. Let's go into ley lines and see what will go down. So into ley lines we head. As we have got in the top right hand corner, the red Protoss player, NightPhoenix, just about salvaging his way through into this matchup. As on at the bottom left, the blue Zerg player here is going to be Lemon. GLHF called Lemon. Actually, I mean, I said before maybe I favored NightPhoenix as the player to kind of get through this out of everyone, but actually Lemon is extremely good as well. Just like a lesser known name, really only seeing success in a couple of events so far. As you have a drone just going to move across, away we go. Gateway coming up, drones on the way. Overlord of Lemon moving through as well. Again, Gateway and the Assimilator both coming online here as we speak, so we just get that up, we get that rolling. It's underway as, again, the Overlord comes by, and the probe goes to the bottom left-hand side as well. Overlord going to come across. Hatchery is going to get onto the natural. Probe will go Nibbler. As you can see the probe coming back along the bottom side. Going to aim for that other mineral patch. And force a couple of drones off of it, and oh, both the drones actually getting forced off that, so that's actually very cute, just being very disruptive here, nice and early on. And again, our probe just going to be left here to navigate for a little bit here for a couple of moments. That probe and that drone continue to move around again. Cybercore Nexus both coming up. Queenslings and Overlord continuing through as well. And get that Adept on the way from NightPhoenix. A couple of drones still coming about. The probe patrolling on the third base location. And the Overlord hanging about overhead. Just for the moment as well. Adept continuing to Corona boost. Shade our Adept forward and take a step here. It's going to be seeing the link speed, a couple of drones coming through, the hatchery coming into play as well. Got a lot of that started up as this Adept will continue to come across right now down into the bottom left hand side. So into this base we're going to move. So Dev's come back up to the top. It's going to be seeing the drones and the hatch continue to come through. Well, the Dev's going to be out. The link's still moving together. And just going to continue across. Just going to be seeing the drones coming through as well. The overload's still building. Smoke roller coming up. Actually have ourselves the Oracle going to activate and just to go after the Queen. And just going to have ourselves the continue to build. Additional Zerglings coming up. Get those on the way. A couple of drones going down. 3 workers going down. This Oracle's still getting damage done, so it's going to be NightPhoenix succeeding quite a bit. Kind of interesting to see Lemon kind of not play PvP and play PvZ instead, because obviously we've seen so many people kind of race switching lately, and Lemon was someone that we knew was already kind of good with the other races. Just he'd seen the most success with Protoss, but for him to actually switch over to Zerg for this matchup, I'm a little bit surprised by. Yes, he was playing Zerg and Terran before he was playing Protoss, and so, yeah, switching back to this. There's the +1 and the blink coming through. The few links coming across. The Adept's just going to get caught in that corner, but the Oracles will activate, and I actually think I would have rather seen a PvP from Lemon, because I think Lemon's Protoss is extremely good, and right now, I feel like NightPhoenix is just bullying him. I feel like maybe a lack of experience of playing Zerg lately for Lemon maybe coming into play, but maybe that's just what he's feeling like playing today. He ain't taking it all so seriously. As a couple of Oracles continue back to the top side, moving away for the moment as we settle back down. In this game 1, again, this is best of 5, remember, as well, so there is room to play with in this series. One game is not going to decide the whole thing here. Oracles pull back over the left side. The OSC is still moving through. Stalker's gathering up. +1 blink coming up. The stasis sword coming in. The Oracles will activate and take down the hatchery. He's on the way from Lemon, but I just do not think that he's going to sustain after such damage taken early in the game. So many lings, drones, a queen. Obviously just having to replace those and just stopping to deal with everything too. It's all an added effect. All adds up. As our Stalkers and Oracles will come onto the map, and I think moves like this are going to really already start testing Lemon in a pretty big way and really put him into some trouble. So the Oracle will drop a stasis sword down. See the Stalkers is going to come and poke at the front, nipping away at that hatchery already, so some damage dealt here. Pick our way through it as we just have ourselves a hatchery full. A couple Hydras coming over. Oracle's coming back around, and we are just going to be having the Hydras still putting some work in too, chasing those Stalkers back the other direction. Robo facilities, the Temple Archives, and a little bit of everything still being brought through here as our Stalkers and Oracles come back over to the left. Plus-2 attack continues in. Again, the Robo facilities continue to produce, and our charge is over halfway done. Storm still chrono boosting. Putting some Hydras into the middle of the map now. Oracles and the Stalkers keep coming through. Continue to move about as we just get defense ready. The first round of Hydras got force fielded away. I'm going to go up the right side instead, but NightPhoenix has all the time in the world to move across with this. Now he's got Storm ready shortly. If you could actually storm this army, that would be so useful. It's ready in 10 seconds, so not ready yet. There's a couple Hydras from the left side, should not be a problem. This is just Hydras as well. The lings to support it aren't even really here yet, so that's also a little bit of an issue. One Storm going down, the Hydra split apart. Zealots and High Templars coming through, the Sentry taking some more damage. Oracles going to activate as we force the Hydras back again. Good couple of Storms here. Now we blink forward even with these Stalkers jumping onto the Hydras. NightPhoenix very committed as he's going to push this back, I believe. He's continuing to chase Hydras down. Obviously at this point, Hydras will kind of go down very quickly. Lemon's going to say GG, and that will be that. Game 2 coming up then with a NightPhoenix lead 1-0 in this best of. Guys, I'm just going to join the lobby. I'm just going to be very quickly once we get in, once they start counting down, so I will be right back. I just need to go do something quickly. So we'll just jump in the lobby and we'll go from there. Alright, I suppose on break screw. I'll post in game, but I'll not be observing for just 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Alrighty. Sorry for that, guys. Welcome back. We have in the bottom left NightPhoenix in the top right Lemon as we get this underway. Game number 2 is going to be now this time actually PvP, so Lemon's going to switch to the matchup which I thought he would play, and I was a little surprised to see him play Zerg last time. I kind of just went with it at first. It kind of took me a moment to be like, oh wait, he actually is playing Zerg. In my brain that didn't kind of click to being weird right away for some reason. Anyways, here we are. Once we get settled down and take a couple moments. Sentry and depths continue to come through. Just going to see a Robo Facility proxying from NightPhoenix, so he's going to get aggressive straight away with a 1-0 lead in this series. Let's see what we do. Robo Facility starting up then. The probe going to go back and forth. Lapbot here is just monitoring the progress of the proxy as well. Love to see the critters getting involved. He's happy with it. He leaves. I mean, expansion here from Lemon and also a Robo Facility coming up. The only downside is that this is on the low ground, so low ground's a little bit scary. Because NightPhoenix will not get this pylon up at all, so that's really not going to go anywhere. Yeah, low ground's a little bit scary. Oh, he even gets the gateway down a block. Good defense from Lemon. Yeah, low ground's a bit scary because obviously you lose the pylon, you lose access to this, then that's very painful, but I think in general this is looking to be pretty okay. As you have a Robo Facility still coming up, the Nexus coming through. And a couple of Adepts will make their way over here as well. I'm just going to be seeing a couple of sentries. It's going to be nibbling through once again, so it's going to be fighting. The Adept will go down. So Adept falls. And that'll be that for the moment, as again we just see Warp Gates coming through. The Prism on the way from NightPhoenix. I mean, this has just not been good enough from NightPhoenix so far, but He has the power of his Immortal showing up with the Prism. It's going to be an Immortal defensively, so it's going to be more down to the Prism and what it can do micro-wise to sort of save the day here. Prism will finish very shortly as the Nexus coming through on the side of Lemon as well. Prism, Sentry, all building in. I worry a lot for NightPhoenix right now. I do not think he's going to be in a very good spot at all. As, like I say, we'll see what we can maybe do. Try and drop into the main base and avoid the defense on the low ground again with the mobility. The Prism can do a lot here. Trying to get a force field down on the ramp, I believe, but it doesn't matter because there's a Prism anyway on the other side, although it is going to be Lemon taking more damage initially. It's going to be seeing the Prism continue to settle down there, just going to pull back together. So you have our units going to start pushing forwards. A couple of these probes taking damage. NightPhoenix apparently going to be good enough. Man, Lemon just took so much damage on his Immortal. It was exposed so early on, and that's going to be pretty rough right there, as that's going to be GG's. We are going to head into a game number 3 with NightPhoenix up 2-0, looking very good very quickly here in today's OSC Challenger bracket. NightPhoenix may be about to lock himself into this event as we'll join in for Whispers of Gold, map number 3. We get this going pretty much immediately, guys, so get straight to it, straight into the action, and away we will go. Alright, GLHF's being called. Let's kick this off and let's get this going. Trying to amass a comeback here. Trying to amass a comeback here in the top left-hand side of the map is going to be the blue Protoss player. This is Lemon. In the bottom right, our red Protoss, who's now on a 2-0 lead. It's NightPhoenix. This series is definitely getting away in his favor. Can he maintain that as we continue on through? Gates coming up, probes coming out. Probe of Lemon already heading down to the bottom right side. It's just going to come straight across there. Try and see what's going on. Something like coming in. Couple of gates coming through. It's going to be seeing our probes continuing about here for the moment. Just scouting once again. NightPhoenix has a probe across the left-hand side, so already looking like this might be a proxy haven here from NightPhoenix in these early stages. Get some proxy action on the go, get that set up. I've been hearing a lot about Lemon recently. Yeah, Lemon's been pretty good lately. Really has been a player to take notice of. There's the Stargate. NightPhoenix Stargate dropping down. I mean, his pop-off performance during the ESL regionals over the past year was just very impressive and really became like the dark horse of the tournament who actually looked like he could maybe go all the way and win it. Pulls back down towards the bottom right-hand side. It's just going to go journeying across there for a couple moments. As we have ourselves the Stalker coming up. We'll see what the Stargate proxy can get done over the next few moments as well. See how well we can do with this, as the Oracle is going to be on its way out. Oracle coming through. The couple of Adepts are going to try and pressure at the same time. They're already making their way forward here. See if there's maybe some possibility for them to have some success. Wall off is good. Like I say, Oracle about to pop. No defense in the main base apart from a sentry. It's actually pretty bad as the Oracle's going to fly in. It's going to get a bunch of damage done here. Sentry gets into position. Going to go for 3 workers, and we're going to get out pretty healthy on the Oracle as well. Now the Adept's going to threaten to come forward again, but there's already a gateway we can kind of block the way. There was a probe there we could grab 2 maybe. 2 more Adepts show up, and all these Adepts together obviously have a fair bit of potential. They need to commit. I mean, obviously you do one-shot the probes. The sentry is a more interesting target, but just going to drain the battery energy and going to bring the Oracle back in as well to kill the sentries off. Energy overcharge is used here to protect the sentries with the battery. Oh. That counts the building. I'm just going to be seeing the Oracle diving through. A couple more probes going down, so damage still being done. This Lemon, let's handle this. Shouldn't he have been more prepared off scouting the proxy? I think he was trying to be, but it was kind of rough because the Stalker was locked out. He didn't want to let the Adepts in. He did move the Sentry into position. To be fair, I think he, considering where he was at, I actually think it went pretty okay for him in the end. Counts on Robo Facility still both coming up. Probes and Stalkers producing here as well. The blink on the way from NightPhoenix. A couple extra gates also coming online. Chemicals will just activate. We get rid of some probes. 3 workers going down, make it 4. Once again, NightPhoenix seems to be doing so much early damage. One Oracle goes down. The other Oracle going to get chased away here. Seven probes falling though, and I mean that's again just good damage done from NightPhoenix. He's going to maintain a slight worker lead. Blink coming up a little bit sooner for him as well. A little sad, I guess, to lose an Oracle because now 1 Oracle left is not as scary. And if you look at the unit count, it's actually pretty okay for Lemon. Work count 4 behind, I guess, comes to a point where it's maybe not so bad either. Palan gets dropped as our Stalkers and Sentries come back over to the right-hand side instead. Next coming up on both sides, the Stalkers are still producing. And our probes continuing in, the pylons continuing up. Gates in the assembly still coming about. The next is halfway through. Stalker producing, make it 2. Just for the moment. And probe patrols away. Stargate completely depowered. We just reset here and just wait to see where exactly again we're going to be taking things over the next little while as Stalkers of NightPhoenix will move up. He's got a 3rd base coming down the bottom side, whereas Lemon takes a 3rd base in the more forward position. So we've got an interesting comparison there. 2 players approaching this in slightly different manners. Stalkers pull up to the top, another stasis ward coming through. Going to get that dropped into place. The Sentry and the Stalkers coming across together here. Going to pop the Guardian Shield up. I don't think NightPhoenix has enough to fight right now as Lemon has an Immortal as well. Link's up to try and get the Oracle as well. So very confident from Lemon. I don't really blame him. I think he does look at this and says, well, you've got no right to really be attacking into me. And he pushes it back as though that is absolutely the case as well. So job well done here by Lemon, like I say. Really making sure that this does not get out of hand at all. Forge Robo Facility continuing online. And I've got the army improving with the Prism about to pop out. Interestingly enough, I mean, I guess the Forge is not any sooner, but as these Forges do kick in, we will start to see the ability to kind of get +1 attack. And all the rest going through. Just going to knock down that set of rocks, open up this space. And we'll see Lemon starting to come through the bottom side. Sentry in the front goes down. A couple of force fields coming through. Blink forward to activate just a single stasis ward. And now we fight again. Force fields all across the board there. Stalker's blinking down at the bottom. Don't love that from NightPhoenix. Lemon going to be good here to take game 3. And we are going to take a lead in the... sorry, not a lead, but a map on the board in this series from Lemon. He's actually going to be fighting back, which is great to see because obviously the series so far had definitely been headed just in one direction. Now it's fully in the way of NightPhoenix, so... going to get that reset here. BabyMarine 214 Jumi, so it'll be BabyMarine versus LunaSea in the top side semi-final. So that'll be our best of 5 coming up after this one, guys. So we will not have double PvP best of 5s. We'll have some TVP after this one. Amazing. Alright, let's kick this off. That's what's going to be seen in the bottom left-hand side. The red Protoss player here is NightPhoenix. And the top right, our blue Protoss is Lemon. Assimilator drops in, probe heading down the bottom, gateway assimilator coming online here. Just going to be seeing a second gas coming up as well. What does DVP stand for? I think I said TVP, Terran versus Protoss. Two gateways versus one gateway, so Lemon maybe with one gate faster expansion coming up. We'll see if he gets the expansion down or not fairly soon. Oh, that probe comes over, and a simulator coming by. That was an additional gateway from NightPhoenix, so he's just going to go and... it's not gateways, it's a cyber core. Ugh. Apparently my brain is just mushing the new year so far.
Game paused.
As Lemon going to ask for a pause, so we'll take a moment here. Yes, that is just a cyber core, so just very standard 2-gate continuing to come through. It's actually going to be 2-gate from both, and Lemon did go for the second gateway.
Game resumed.
We are still going to proxy up at the top though from NightPhoenix, and so maybe I just had this aggression on my mind as a possibility. And here it is now starting to come into play. Just have the probe going to go back and forth. Pylon will finish up. And Robo Facility Stalker coming through. So there you have NightPhoenix once again, just going to go back to the aggressive game plan. Just trying to get a lot done here early on, seems to be his best bet. Getting into a good position. Probe going to come nibbling over. A little bits of damage being done, nothing too crazy. Again, we'll wait for that Robo and the couple of Stalkers and the Warp Gate and so to all come through here. That's going to be a bigger sign of where this game is headed to. As our probes will nibble up against one each other on the right hand side. Gonna start trading out over there, going back and forth a little bit. Again, the Robo about to finish. No third gateway yet from NightPhoenix. The Immortal will begin. Straight up expansion from Lemon, sentries out. And the scout is there. Hallucinated probe finds the Immortal building on a Robo facility. So he is going to know that the Robo is there. Can now presume what will happen from it. Again, using those hallucinated probes to just spread about and to go scout all over the place. And in this case, actually finds some good information and returns on his investment of the hallucination, which, believe it or not, is pretty cheap because hallucinations only cost energy. Yeah, good scan from Lemon because he's been scouting all the way through. Stalkers gathering up. Just going to be seeing the Stalkers and a couple of sentries gathering in. Sentries, the Immortal coming around, the dropping to the main base. NightPhoenix, this is where he found success with the Prism last time. Knocking down the pylons is a huge deal because now you just depower this entire production line. Apparently that's just good enough for NightPhoenix to get the GG, and it's going to go 3-1 over Lemon into the OSC Championship lower bracket. Alright, we're going to go into our other matchup, guys. Our other qualifying match is going to be BabyMarine LunaSea. I just need to go grab a drink, so I'm just going to go grab myself a drink. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I will see you guys very shortly for more StarCraft 2, straight after this, for our last best of 5 of the day. Last day of the day. Yubby. Welcome back, everyone, as we go straight to the loading screen here for our final best of 5 of the day. Let's qualify a bracket. BabyMarine and LunaSea TVP action coming through as we speak. Top right hand side. Red Terran player is BabyMarine. Taking on the blue Protoss in the bottom left, we have LunaSea. Excited to see which of these guys will lock their position into the championship bracket. Win here today. I'd favor BabyMarine, but LunaSea has potential as well for sure. Again, lots of challenger brackets over the first week of this OSC championship, and then into the championship bracket itself next week and so and onwards. We'll have a probe moving across the map. Deeper coming down, completing a wall off there. And that is just going to be that probe nibbling at the wall. Trying to break through that and open it up a little bit. Get a little bit of information flowing. See what is going on in those early stages. As the depot raises back up once again. Factory continues to come through. The next is on the way. The assimilator building. Sentry and the probe continuing to produce. Need to bring this online. As we do have the couple of Reapers and the factory coming over. The probe is still chasing that SCV. And 2 Reapers coming up, halfway done. That factory coming online as well. Our Nexus will finish very shortly as the probe pulls back to the 12 o'clock. We have a hallucinated Oracle coming across the map from LunaSea also. It's going to come straight to the top side here and go scouting around. Double Reaper on the way from BabyMarine, so quite an aggressive set of units here early. 2 Reapers already out, 2 more producing, plus Hellion production. Early game units that can definitely get in and definitely deal some damage. If you can get some damage done with these, you're going to be a pretty happy BabyMarine early on, I'd imagine. Doesn't get anything done just yet, but obviously as more Reapers and Hellions build, we will have a larger attack timing in a few moments. It does not have to be about the here and the now necessarily. Thanks so much, by the way, for the continued support of the Star Trek guys. That was a level 12 from Subsolar. Thank you so much, mate. Appreciate it. Oh, we had a level 15 minutes ago as well. Jeez, thank you guys. Suddenly, loads of level 15s today. That's crazy. Thank you so much. As our Reapers and our Hellions continue to come through to the bottom, and gain Blink coming online. Going to be again the gateway and the robo facility all coming online here. Let's get ourselves the siege tank and the medevac coming over. Units gather up. It's going to be seeing our collection of structures looking good. I mean, the Reaper Hellion hasn't been able to do much, but we do have a siege tank and Marines moving forward now, so maybe with this combined, there will be an opening for the Reaper Hellion to make something happen. Hallucination moving through the natural. And that's the medevac and unload a tank, and then begin to unload a few Marines. pinning that pylon, hitting those couple of gateways as well, so a little bit more damage being done. Continue to just punch through for the moment as the gate will continue to take a few more shots. Coming in from that right-hand side, in they go. Siege Tank going to go down immediately here, so Siege Tank will fall. Another force still coming into place. And we just continue down the bottom side. Another Stalker getting warped in. Next is still building. Immortal coming out. Marines will try and fight as well as we come forward there. The Adept goes down. Good grenade. Gonna punch a few of your units into range for you, but obviously Blink Back protects the Stalkers at least. That is going to be a second Siege Tank showing up now. Resources lost going to favor BabyMarine though coming out of this. Building a gateway on top of everything else. Definitely pretty neat. I mean, BabyMarine's still being aggressive. A second Siege Tank will be here, so that's going to be, yeah, an ability to come across with. Going to see the Robo Bay coming online, the Prism coming up. There's the Medivac going to come boosting over towards this group of units as we collect together. Again, the tank going to drop down. A few Marines will come about as well. And just see ourselves. This group of units here already just finding a way. Similarly going to get cancelled. Tank shots onto the Immortal, going to hit that pretty hard as well. Now we work our way onto this Nexus. A couple of probes already going down. Another tank will siege. Going to see some Zealots coming in from the top side. They're flanking and actually doing pretty okay. Nothing to protect the second Siege Tank any longer, so that's likely to go down to those Zealots. And I think LunaSea is going to make a defense because he loses 4 probes, but it's mostly from this Liberator that he's still not responding to super well. As you can see right now, he is kind of, you know, still had probes in range for a little while. So 9 probes go down. BabyMarine. Shame he couldn't get rid of those last couple of Zealots. If that tank had stayed alive, maybe just an extra little bit, maybe it could have been a little bit easier for him. As again, the couple of Wooden Wayne, Stimpack Combat, and +1 upgrades will continue through for the moment. So let's get back up toward the top. Zero Raven, oh my god, buddy. Calm down. How are you level 9? You got level 6 like an hour ago. Raven, you are zooming, bud. Thank you so much for hitting level 9 in Star Trekkers. Marine Tank Widowmine will step forward. The Stalker's going to step away. In the main base, we actually do have ourselves Zealots and warped in by the Prism and continue to go. Just going to be seeing our Zealots jumping onto those depots, and the rest of the Stalker's gathering up. The Zealots are going to get onto a Stimpack upgrade here as well. Try and get a cancel on this one. So if you can grab that, that would be great, but not going to be quite there. But the Stalkers are going to succeed and get rid of a tank. But the double Widow Mine below the Siege Tank blows up the Stalkers. How about that? For a little bit of a surprise. My goodness. Double Widow Mine was so nice because it actually reduces that Stalker count heavily, and that does make life easier because now you've got less pressure from LunaSea able to come through. In a few moments where it definitely wasn't looking good for BabyMarine, that is a big helping hand to at least maybe, like I say, push you a little bit in the right direction here in this game 1, because LunaSea has started to take some control of this situation for sure. Marine's going to get underneath, and Prism will go down. Going to knock that Prism away right there. The Bio's still gathering up as well. Just going to keep that coming together for the moment. 1 upgrades, extended thermal lance, charge, all continue to come through for the moment. SCVs, Marine, and the armor upgrade coming online. Cannons and the battery, and the Prism as well. All producing for the moment. Fire just steps through again. There's another Widow Mine getting going. A couple of those Zealots will go down. So that's going to get cleaned up. I mean, I like the idea of the fight from BabyMarine. He just doesn't have the numbers to really make this a truly threatening engagement. And unfortunately for him, that's going to end up costing him a little bit as Medivacs boost away up the left-hand side. Still got Viking, Marine, and Marauder coming through. And Prism is going to come in with the Zealots coming to the front now. 1 upgrades and extended thermal lens will allow for LunaSea's army to just get even better as the Prism makes its way toward the main base. Meanwhile, we also have a few Stalkers and Colossus poking at the front of this base as well, so a couple of depots here immediately in some trouble. Jumping onto those. Depots will fall, the orbital command has to lift off. Stalkers firing away, and the orbital is going to go retreating as the Zealots in the main base are going to be huge. That Prism has been massive. BabyMarine has to tap out as LunaSea takes map 1 of this best of 5. So LunaSea is able to grab first game. We'll head into game 2 in a couple of moments. We'll get this set up, see what happens. Get that second map going in just a few moments, guys. How is everyone doing? Good to see you. I'm genuinely perplexed how you've spam leveled up to level 9, I'm not gonna lie. Yay. You didn't even unlock your second ship. You completely skipped a part of the progression system. Alright, we are just waiting for the guys to host us up, and we'll get into our next game here in a couple of moments, guys. Game number 2 of this best of 5 series, so we'll get this going. Like I said, just momentarily, get this kicked off. And into more action, into more gameplay. More StarCraft 2 here today. Join us. You don't know how to get the second ship? You, there's a research that if you research it, it's called, what's the second ship called? Yeah, I'll show you. You go into error home. Hang on, I'm just opening it up for myself. I'll show you. Click here. It's in your research. I think it's in station. No, it's not this one. It's in combat. Yeah, if you go to your research and you get this research here, the Orion Corvette, then you can basically just go to the, I don't know where you have to go to, I guess the shipyard, but there is like a quest for it that basically says to build the ship. Like here, now it tells me I can build this one, that's my next quest. So once you've done the research, you can literally just get the, you can just build the ship, basically. So yes, you can just build the ship. Which you should be able to do pretty fast if you're already level 9. You should have all the stuff to be able to do that, it's just, you just need the research, I think. Alright. Let's get this underway as we're ready up into our next game here. In the bottom left hand side, our Red Terran player. Down a game is going to be BabyMarine. We're here on Arrowhome, which is one of the maps that was from a TLMC that wasn't used. Kind of cool to see this getting used. Well, just used it all, to be honest. So excited to see that being put to use. As LunaSea's in the top right. Here in the OSC extended map pool. So again, the ladder maps are all part of the map pool. And the extended map pool involves a few old maps / previously made maps that have been voted in by the players, which is really nice that the players actually get to vote this in. It's really, really neat. That was a very fast second ship unlock. You've definitely figured out how to click the speed up buttons, that's for sure. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Alright, game number 2 here. LunaSea coming across the map with the probe. Heading down to the bottom left to see just a little bit of what's going on. Again, Cybercore coming up, the barracks is coming through. Orbital Command will begin to build as well, so we got that Orbital Command coming up with everything else at the same time. Beautiful. Reaper and the Orbital both continue to build through here. Probe is going to go nibbling up at the SCV, going to drop a factory down, so the factory drops into position. And yeah, Nexus, Cybercore coming online as well here currently from LunaSea, so we get all of that on the go as we speak. Gas all settled in the early stages. Beautiful. I'm following this probe. The Reaper does not find the probe, so it actually is going to be able to stay hidden away there for the moment, staying alive and able to get back in play a little bit further down the line, hopefully. Always nice to be able to kind of keep on scouting and keeping an eye on what's going on with those, with the probe, right? If that probe can kind of slip away for a moment or two. That really is very nice as our Reaper comes over. Just don't see a couple of probes chased away. Hylian going to take a little bit of damage. The Adept will come across as well. Happy New Year, Matty Matt. Thank you so much. Thank you for hopping in today. Yeah, first stream of the new year. Didn't really talk about it much, but first stream of the new year. Hopefully another year full of StarCraft 2. We will do our absolute best to keep as much StarCraft 2 going as we can. So yeah, thank you, Matty Matt, for the 5-month resub on the Prime. Love the content and thanks for doing it. Thank you so much for supporting with the 5-month resub. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I really mean that. Like I say, we'll do our absolute utmost to provide as much StarCraft 2 as possible in this year. Yeah, I mean, we have no idea what's going to happen with StarCraft 2 this year, so like I say, we might be uncertain there, but you can be certain that we're going to try and do our best to do as much as possible on WardiTV and with all of our partners and other people that we work with. I mean, OSC, I'm sure, will continue to run events too. We're going to do our absolute best to make sure there's at least some kind of StarCraft that keeps going, so fingers crossed there's going to be a whole circuit and stuff, so none of that really matters, to kind of stress about it, but just being realistic right now is that we may not get a circuit, so as hopeful as I was for such a long time. I think we'll know soon, since the Rotor Mines come across the right-hand side in that medevac. Gonna see the Reaper grabbing a probe. Is this the Brood War Sea? No. 99% sure no. Yeah, LunaSea's been a Korean player that's been playing just for a long time. Just has never really seen like a huge amount of success. Just kind of never really kind of popped off to that like next level, which is very common. Like he's played a lot of these OSC tournaments. I think OSC levels events are kind of a very good level for him to play a lot of. He plays a lot of our events, qualifier and open stuff. Plays in the first round a lot of the time as well. So yeah, LunaSea's been around for quite a while. Just not quite in that kind of like making a big name for yourself way. When mine drop gets completely deflected, I've obviously shown you guys the DTs having the time of their life, as we do see one more SCV death in the main before the Raven got there to provide detection to kill it. Now this DT should run away. Just keep itself alive. No reason to stick around to block the CC for an extra couple of moments. Just get out of there. And this was fantastic. 8 SCVs. You only lost 1 DT. You completely denied the Wooden Mine drop from dealing damage as well. Very nice stuff for LunaSea, who does not have upgrades on these Stalkers or anything, though. I was going to say I'd expect Blink to start now. He just started now, at least. Depth Shade's through. There is the Wooden Mine drop coming back in. We make it a split to stop it from being too disastrous, because obviously that got a little scary there. As the Stalkers fire, the Medevac will take a few more shots, a bit more damage being done. Units still gathering in the center here from BabyMarine as well, so bringing those across and into position. Again, our Blink coming up, our Prism on the way. A couple of Stalkers are going to fire through as well. Marines are going to fire up. It's going to be seeing the Stalkers taking some hefty damage. And again, we'll get ourselves the DT, the Prism, all coming through. A couple of probes coming about. Marine Tank Raven heading over the far right-hand side, so also going to try and get set up with this over here for the next few moments, as we are going to see the Prism going down immediately. Well, that's nice. BabyMarine able to shut down a little bit of the LunaSea aggression that was trying to come across, so that will obviously help. Marines continue to push through. 9 SCVs, 10 SCVs going down as once again harassment hits on the other side, but can we clean up this Terran army? Hylian goes down, depowering the Robo against DTs, dealing damage on main and natural alike, so just mega damage being done over here. These Marines and the Siege Jack just continue through. There's a Banshee as well. We're going to pull the probes in just an all-out attempt to break through this. Any Marine you get rid of right now is genuinely an aid towards actually just defending, but it's a lot of units for BabyMarine, and with 5 army supply remaining, I do not think the LunaSea is going to get this done. These Stalkers needed to kill that Raven. If you kill the Raven, you get rid of detection. Maybe there's a way for the DTs to be a savior, but Yeah, in this case, the Raven's still alive. I mean, okay, Stalker gonna go for it. We have scans available too. The Stalker does blink, and Raven does go down, but like I say, I mean, we need enough money to warp in a slew of DTs at this point. I'm not sure you're going to be able to get much more than one. Like I say, there's also at this point a lot of scans. We rebuild another Raven as well, so yeah. We scan here. We actually do just about save the siege tank, so that goes well for you. Looks as though that was not going to be the case originally. I think BabyMarine is... I mean, has he done enough? I mean, there's a third base here. I'm not sure if that's going to matter. Stalker's warping in. I mean, the tank being gone. Okay, new tank showing up, more Marines showing up. I'm just wondering if there was a way for LunaSea to actually make this army supply kind of work out for him and just be, like I say, good enough here. Or if this is maybe, like I say, just a little bit too far gone as... It's going to step up. Yeah, it's too far gone. BabyMarine is going to take game number 2 of the series. And we get tied up 1-1 in this best of 5 qualifying matchup. So there we have it. Qualifying best of 5. I'm going to start going a little bit back and forth. I'm all about that. It's okay with me. I'll take it. Head into game number 3 in a few moments. Throw some ads up. We'll get this on the way, guys. Kick this off. Crossline going to be our next map. And Countdown Start's going to get this underway. Let's get into Frostline. In the bottom left-hand side, bringing it back and tying up this series is going to be BabyMarine. That was obviously a pretty close game as well. It looked a little scary for him at points, so good to see him bouncing back there. As LunaSea just could not quite get enough units up to hold on at the very end. And now away we go. On the probe coming through and get settled here for a couple of moments. Let me just have ourselves no SCV and no probe scouts, so no one in a rush to kind of get anywhere for the very early stages apparently. Marks in the gas coming through. There's the probe coming across the map as well. It's just going to go on a little bit of a wander across there, try and see what's going on. So yeah, some scan information being gathered as again 1-1 tied up. These guys will have more chances to qualify, of course, as mentioned. There will be quite a few chances to qualify, I imagine, with 6 challenger brackets available. Or 5, I believe. 5 or 6. So yes, lots of chances to qualify through. This is just going to be the very first of those chances here today. So even if you lose out here, like I say, more chances, but never take those for granted. It's not always a guarantee that you're going to be able to keep it going. I'm just going to see our factory coming in. Following this probe, but let's have a look at the Reaper, because that's actually going to try and do some damage here. Depth is going to fire, Reaper is going to take shots. Cancel coming through, the probes and the stalker coming in. Just going to see the warp gate coming up as well. Reaper just moving about. It's going to be seeing the Hellions and the Reapers coming back over as well. Again, Blink coming through the warp gate building. And a couple of Hellions take some shots. Those Reapers come back over. Just pop up into space right here. We've seen the Reaper and the Hellion coming back across, seeing what we can do. Just for the moment again, the Reaper Hellion going to take some little bits of damage. A few shots coming in here and there. And we'll see if BabyMarine can do much more with these units in the next couple of moments as we continue to settle down at the front. This is the medevac going to come boosting across as well, so that's going to be get going. And Rain's Hellion Cyclone coming over, just going to see the lock-on coming through, moving back around. Stalker going to fight back, just going to be seeing a couple of Stalkers firing, the Cyclone's still taking shots as well. Reapers continue to take hits, the extra Stalkers coming through. Full cleanup as the Marines and the tanks pull back down. So LunaSea once again has been pretty good at deflecting the early aggression of our Terran player. BabyMarine has been unsuccessful in some of those efforts. There's a couple of Stalkers coming in now, and a couple of these SCVs taking damage. A siege tank will take a few shots as well. Stalkers coming to the right side, going to lift back up into the prism. Away we go. 3 more Stalkers warping in from LunaSea. Nexus coming down on the 3rd base. Continue to get that going. And this is good pressure though in the main. Going to get rid of the stim pack. Starts up on the other tech lab. Now, I mean, even the barracks is taking damage. You have to lift a barracks off to retreat here. It's not exactly fun. Commits for it a little bit, takes a couple tank shots, doesn't get it because the SCV repair is there. But the tanks are still not in good enough position now. Refinery's in some trouble. Another tank pops out, runs it back because you're afraid of it getting jumped on immediately by the Stalkers, right? You do not want to actually lose it, so trying to avoid that from happening as best as we can. Prism stays set up. The Liberator will siege again. A couple of Stalkers going to fire across. Pros going down either side. Stalkers in the Prism around the back again. Going to try and see what else they can get up to. So just going to try and be a little bit of a nuisance around the corner for the moment. A couple SCVs coming down, the Prism backs away, just going to fall off from here at the moment. Extra Stalkers just going to continue to get warped in. Just going to be seeing the gates and the charge continue to come through as well. Let's just continue with all of that. I mean, LunaSea, I like the position he's put himself into, not getting ahead of himself, just being very calm, collected. I think taking a very good stance on where we should be at in these early stages. The Prism coming back through, so that's going to be a little bit of annoyance as well. going straight by. Oh, Marine's going to be able to get rid of the Stalker. Damage being done. Another scan coming now. Colossus coming through. Just going to have an extended thermal lance. Just going to have our charge coming up. Because of shells. Stalkers hanging around. The tank's going to step forward. Just going to see the rest of the Stalkers coming through the center of the map as well. So straight across. Bio and tanks will continue to gather together here. Still moving over. Nice setup. SCV is going to come moving about as well. Fire going to gather. Tank in position. Just going to be seeing the army coming over. Stalkers and Zealots going to come straight by. Siege tank goes down. The biosims across the right hand side. Going to see a couple of Zealots getting jumped on once again, so again, damage being done. BabyMarine putting up some good fights to keep LunaSea pushed back, not allowing this to get out of hand at all. Stalker's going to be there, and they're just going to go and again push the bio back a little bit further. We regather ourselves here for a couple of moments as well. Just unload, and our Marines are going to get back over to that side. Medevac's a move in, just going to lift back up, having a retreat, having to back away. Not really much choice left for you in that regard, as now this Protoss army is going to come forward as well and try and get something done, coming straight through the middle of the map. Diving across. Medevac's move to the upper left-hand corner, so they're just going to back away for a couple of moments. Some harassment is going to be Zealots in the main base, but this gets cleaned up pretty effectively. And if BabyMarine can continue to deal with harassment like that, then that is going to be a major step in the right direction for him. So that should help quite a lot. The Stalker's going to go around to the left-hand side, so they're just going to pull about. They pull about. We see the Disruptor, the +2, and the armor upgrade coming online as well. Tank is going to siege up. And we already make our way into this base. A couple of TTs are going to show up, but they're going to get scanned and go down immediately, so don't love that defense. And Marine's going to get the 12 o'clock base as well. And this is absolutely BabyMarine currently looking pretty dominant as LunaSea struggling to find an army to fight with. Now Zealot to get rid of this base here, forcing the liftoff, so BabyMarine is going to be essentially full commitment to this base trade. Gets an EMP or two off, gets the Vikings onto the Colossus quickly, and that's going to be a big part of playing cleanup. That's a good shutdown, that's a good pushback. Going to clean this Nexus up as well on the left-hand side. These Marines continue to keep coming. I mean, LunaSea lost a bit too much of his army. Losing those Colossus especially is going to be rough, because now it's just Zealot Stalker. However, BabyMarine is also very low HP. Not much medevac energy to heal up with. Can we actually do this just with like a swarm of units? LunaSea might be making a case for that, as the Zealots are still doing huge things on the other side of the map. BabyMarine in trouble as he's losing depots and all sorts. He's going to get rid of this base as well. Man, what a crazy situation we suddenly break into here for this game 3 at the moment. Got that Nexus down the left side. The Zealots get jumped on again. The Vikings will land. We will play cleanup on those Zealots. So we will clean up defensively. I think that's a big step, but BabyMarine is still up against a Disruptor and Stalkers here, so I'm not sure how much more he can do. He might have to just chill out and let this game resettle. Now, he is actually going to be back to 3 bases instantly, because he actually didn't lose the bases. He lifted them up and relocated them, so one of the benefits. Reinforcements overhead. The DTs are going to step up. There's a Bioforce. Should be able to get the Disruptor easily here. The flank is going to be a problem for LunaSea, who is winning kind of the bottom side of that fight. The units had to lift off, but losing the top side, and that's maybe the more important portion, is the Stalkers get chased away by Marauders. And it's not going to end up being a pretty ending. Still trying to move through. Just going to see Marine Marauder still in production. A couple more Dark Templar coming around and out. Ghost Academy starts up on the side of BabyMarine as well. So we got that Ghost Academy on the way. Additional SCVs. Still producing through. The Stalkers trying to fight. Doing what we can. Welcome moment. Still bring this Ghost Academy onwards now. There's a few more units hanging around on the bottom side. What a reset in this game. I think LunaSea definitely coming out worse for wear, but could have been a whole lot worse. Seven SCVs went down again, sorry. It was a little bit of harassed strikes, but BabyMarine's actual army is double the army supply of his opponent here. I think LunaSea is in some serious trouble as BabyMarine just steps out onto the map, moving towards the top. I mean, it's been a pretty ridiculous game here on Frostline, let's be realistic, but I think we're going to get ourselves into a pretty good spot right now as the army continues to move across. I see the bio going to come across. Dark Shrine is going to go down. I mean, there's not really much else to say. I think this Bioforce is too much. Even with a couple of disruptor shots, Vikings will get rid of the Colossus. The Stalkers will absolutely not hold their own in this situation either. This one is a done deal. It's going to be GG's. As BabyMarine is going to take this game. The Vikings, the tank, and the bio units continue to push the Stalkers back. The Disruptor can chase away as well. Should be over. I mean, last few Zards might go for a little bit longer apparently, but yeah, I mean, we really are on the last legs of LunaSea, whereas BabyMarine is reinforcing strongly across the map. So as reinforcements arrive, it's going to be very one-sided. We got a disrupt shot, but still not good enough. Go down. Next is going to get jumped on. You see the rest of the Stalker still pushing through the Disruptor as well. But again, target the Nexus. I mean, we just do not need to be doing this. We can 100% just fight the army. I mean, BabyMarine can do kind of what he wants, honestly. As GG gets called, he's going to take a 2-1 lead in this best of 5. So BabyMarine is going to be off to a 2-1 advantage. All right. I mean, that's definitely a good place for him to be. So got to be pretty happy about that right now. To be enjoying where we're at in that regard, so yeah, I think got to be pretty happy so far in terms of where we are going. We're going to get into our game 4 in just a few moments, guys. Going to kick this off and get this all started up in just a few moments' time. Perfect. Wait for them to host us here. Like I say, this is best of 5, of course, as we saw already. And I've mentioned. Awesome. Gonna be Amygdala for map number 4 then, so let's see what we can get going on Amygdala here. As we get this in the way. We're gonna get this rolling, alright guys. Kick this off in a moment or so. Let's do it. In the bottom left-hand side, up a game is going to be BabyMarine. Turned this series into his favor so far. Now with a 2-1 advantage. And at top right is LunaSea, or Blue Protoss. At the lead of this series has slipped away from him. Let's see if he can grab it back as we continue through. Alright, getting a gateway finished up here. On the bottom side, this probe is going to be coming across as well. It's just making a bit of a move for a moment. We get settled in. SCV probe moving about. Need to come through for a few moments. Get settled down here. Yeah, probe just going to come through the watchtower. Just going to take that for a couple of moments as well. Just going to get that set up. Settled down. For now. That probe continues over. It's going to be, again, scouting. Twilight Count's going to be our tech choice here of our Protoss players. We get set up in these early stages, so trying to make something happen with that. As you have our starport on the way out. Command Center building. Twilight Council coming through as well. So far, so good. And that blink coming up, the robotics facility will start on the natural. And the Reaper is going to be moving around the left-hand side. Trying to figure out where it would like to get to over the next few moments as we get this set up and figure out what we're doing, where we're going, and all the rest of it. Well, the Reaper will continue to gather up again. Just going to see that blink and the robo facility coming through for a few moments, so we get that all underway. As we're able to grab a probie, and again that blink really being our point of interest for the moment. That's definitely going to be where we can get interested in this next one. That blink kind of boosting around. Widowmine's going to go off onto the probe, so just going to be able to grab that for a couple of moments and get a little kill. And right, just coming through the bottom is just going to go journeying over a little bit. So let's see our Banshee coming through with the Cloak. So we're going to get that Banshee finished up. The Cloak is going to be on the way in. Going to be a big part of this, obviously trying to get some harass damage done. We always see how often those Banshees can show up and deal some real serious damage as Stalker's blinking up here. Banshee already cloaked up, and with no detection, that Banshee is going to be straight up damage output on these Stalkers for a while. BabyMarine was completely unprepared for this. Nothing else in position at all. Tank spawns. It's not going to last very long unless the medevac saves it, but he was a moment too late to get there with the tank, with the medevac to lift the tank, so unfortunately this is just going to end up as being a whole bunch of damage being taken. So we're going to shoot. Medevac will take a few more shots. And we've seen the Observer still coming about as well. Again, a couple of probes coming through. The Obs coming about. Ourselves, the combat shield cancelled into the stim pack starting. So BabyMarine trying to recover from taking some damage here early in the game again. It does feel pretty nice for LunaSea. He keeps on getting into some decent spots initially as Stalkers, or just harassment in general here, going to drop down a little bit. Stalker's trying to hit that siege tank. The Marines are going to fire here. The tank trying to get sieged, and it is going to live as the one Stalker went for it, but doesn't get it. So that's going to be absolutely huge as we have now these Stalkers still setting up. A couple of depots are going to be going down. Next Stalkers and the Adept coming through as well. +1 and Stim and Marine and Marauder all coming through. The Adept is going to commit to a shade onto those Marines. As, I feel like he wanted to set up the tank shot. That didn't happen. I think BabyMarine's just in trouble anyways. I feel like these numbers are not exactly holding up well for him. I see the Stalker still coming across. Just going to be seeing the Stim-Pack Combat Shield +1 continue to come through as well. Just going to be seeing the rest of this continuing to gather as we have our Stalkers continue to hit. For a little bit, Stalker's going to fire here. Just going to be able to get rid of the Siege Tank. Marine Marauder will push those Stalkers a little bit further afield as well. Is it enough from BabyMarine? He's trying to hang on in here with equal army supply. He scans and sees that, hey, this is not a third base. So those are actually really bad scans, because those scans are like, oh, how dead am I? And then he's like, oh, wait, maybe I wouldn't be dead if I just kept on holding, but now those are 2 less mules that you have. Maybe it doesn't matter anyways. It just feels bad because now all of a sudden you're like, oh, maybe I actually was still alive in this, and obviously now maybe not quite so much. Because like I said, 2 mules of mining might have helped you get a few more units out, but maybe it was too far gone anyways as your natural expansion was getting pushed away. Fire's going to keep coming over. A couple Stalkers get chased. The Prism gets pushed back. Medevac's is going to keep on moving through. Heading over across the other side. I mean, I don't mind the idea of obviously counterattacking here from BabyMarine, but I do not know if it's going to see too much success for him. Medevac's pull back away. The Stalker's just going to be there. Medevac's pulling out for the moment. And +1 charge. That gateway continue to come online. Medevac's just going to keep on going over. Just going to be having the +1 on the charge continue to come up. Just going to see Stalkers intercepting this. This is going to be GG's. And we go to a game 5. We're going to go the full distance here in this series. Very exciting. As yeah, this one did not go well for BabyMarine. This one definitely fell apart a little bit. We'll get towards our next game here in a couple of moments. Alright guys, let's get this one going. Did we miss oh, the Leo League qualifier ended already? Really? Damn, that was fast. They sped through that, huh? Skill of Spirit and Mana qualified. I thought we might finish today and then have the Leo League qualifier to kind of jump into afterwards, but apparently not the case at all. Hello everyone, we're covering OSC Championship Challenger qualifiers here. Good to see you guys. as we are going to kick off into the fifth and final game of our day right now. So hello, hello. Final map of the day coming up. BabyMarine and LunaSea going to Game 5 to decide who qualifies into the OSC Championship bracket. Thank you so much for joining us. Good to see you guys. It's Grezvan for the final map. If you just joined us, the OSC does run an extended map pool, so Grezvan does get added back in alongside Romanticide and Errorhome to the ladder map pool. I'm telling you, OSC and Alima League is not the same? No. OSC is the... I think it used to stand for the Online Sports Championship. I'm not sure if it's still... I think it used to stand for way back when Oceanic Sports Championship, but they moved it to Online Sports Championship. If you even ever say OSC out loud outside of it just being OSC. Alima League is a Korean-based tournament run by Holy Moly. That was around for a long time. And which has obviously recently returned as well. It was nice to see. They'll be having some tournaments starting soon as well, I imagine. Tuesday, I believe, the first Alima League of the year comes around. Game 5 in the bottom right-hand corner. Now a red Terran player. This is going to be BabyMarine. In the top left, we are going to have ourselves the blue Protoss player. This is LunaSea. As we get this all underway, and get this set up. I see a couple of refineries coming through, the racks coming in. Game 5 here. Again, there are other qualifying chances for these guys. Obviously, it would just be nice to get it done on day 1, not have to worry about it or anything. And just be done. As I do have our gateway coming through, the probe coming up. May get underway for a few moments. And barracks coming in as well. Gonna see the probe gonna nibble there. So a little bit of damage right now. Not gonna do too much just yet. Cybercore coming online. Get that on the go. Let's take a few moments to chill out. As we have our factory coming through and the reactor coming up. Obviously, there's the Reaper. I might go hunting for this probe a couple times over. It has tried to come through and to see a little bit of what's going on. So it's definitely been attempting to find damage and so on recently. I'm just going to have ourselves the Reaper continue to move about. Command center goes down on the natural expansion here from BabyMarine. And that probe is going to come through as we speak. Reaper is going to get back there. He's going to go pick that off, so just going to be able to move straight through with that. Have a couple of Marines still coming about. There's the Nexus coming over. Reaper continues to make a way across to the other side, so Reaper stepping through for a few moments, and again, just going to be seeing the starport and so on coming online here for a little bit. Let's just get ourselves settled into this, so getting settled in. Just going to see the Reaper still taking a few shots of damage. A few hits coming about. At this point, we're going to have the Hallucination just scouting through at the same time as well, so also just trying to find out a little bit more of what's going on. So Hallucination trying to scout, that wouldn't mind going to unburrow and relocate. Hallucination just gonna move a little bit further around. Again, trying to see a little bit more of what's going on. Not gonna see too much though at the moment, so everything's settling down. Just gonna be seeing the Marines and tank moving out. This medevac on the top side has a couple of widow mines included as well, so that's gonna be looking for a drop in. See if we can deal some damage here. As the widow mines will begin to unload, so in we go. 2 probes going down immediately, and the Marine tank force pulling back down the bottom right. Just gonna see the widow mines still trying to set up as we just about lift that one up and get it out of there, so that is gonna be a save. It's gonna be a great save as again the SCVs, barracks, siege tank and Marines all continue to produce on through. Got the tech lab coming up on the starport as well, so we keep getting into that. BabyMarine has used a mixture of Banshees and Ravens today, so that really suggests it could be either or right now, because it could be either of them. I don't think there's any particular one that's preferred from this position necessarily. It really just depends what kind of game you're going to play. But Mind Drop's still alive, going to keep some units of LunaSea busy and paying attention back at home, so having to keep an eye on those. Liberate gathers. Going to be seeing the Stalker still trying to come through. You made it to level 12, Raven, but you're out of steam, buddy. I appreciate the level 12. That's already incredible. Thank you so much for the mammoth effort to get to level 12 in like 3 hours. I literally do not know how that's possible, but thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Alright, Stimpack Combat Shield +1 coming through. Marauders are still producing. We've got ourselves a gateway coming down on that right-hand side as well, so that will also continue to just get set up over here. So that's going to come about as well, just as we speak. So we take a few moments. And we have ourselves the gateway coming online. The hallucination going to come over as well. Hallucination is actually going to go down, so hallucination will fall. And we're just going to have ourselves the Dark Shrine, the extra gates, the blink. All of that continue to come into play currently. As we do have ourselves a couple of Widow Mines coming along with this. And Stim Combatant +1 being in the production tab helping. As those couple Stalkers continue to sit around the back. Bigger army from BabyMarine now ready to kind of start moving forward. Hallucination sees this. You're fully aware as LunaSea, who does have a proxy gateway right there as well, warping in DTs already. They've been a big part of his series. DTs have been a big thing he keeps going back into, it seems, so LunaSea definitely enjoying those. As the bio comes across, have ourselves the 7 extra Zealots, the blink on the way out. All of that being brought through as we head over to the top left-hand side again. Zealot, Stalker, Sentry gathering up right here. Scan going down to the bottom right. The Archon morphing in on that Nexus on the left side as well. And drop the gateway. And drop the Robo. Get those in position. Ooh, good force fields coming down. We've seen the Zealots keep charging forward. The siege tank is going to get cleaned out. Zealots will fall. Army continues to come across. Those Zealots are still going to push as the Medevac's have to retreat away. BabyMarine supply not looking so hot after that cleanup. Might actually be in a little bit of trouble here, BabyMarine. The Widow Mine's going to try and help him. Obviously, this defense also trying to do something for you right now. Another force field comes down, just going to blockade at the front for a little while. The Sentry going to set there, the Bio going to step forward as well. The rest of the Zealots will continue to come across here as we just have Stalkers also breaking into this position. So into this spot we go. As we do have ourselves the Bio will make a hold. LunaSea maybe going a little bit too aggressively into that spot right there. Like I say, the defensive spot definitely helps a lot. Can still gather up. Just going to be waiting for a little bit. Just going to see how Stalker's going to get underneath. Going to hit the orbital command. 7 additional zealots on the way out. Nexus coming through. The couple of pylons are building as well. You're not going to see those Stalkers going after the orbital command, but the zealots are going to flank in from the top side. In we go. The SCV is going to repair. The orbital taking some chances there as it gets repaired back up. The GC11 upgrades coming through on the side of LunaSea. So 11 upgrades coming online. Now we're going to get through the pylon. Now we're going to get through the gateway. So all of that continues. And the reactor coming up on the barracks as well. Still got an army of LunaSea back around into the center. Stalkers will just regather one more time. So for a couple of moments. Stalkers will set up. Just going to be seeing our 1-1 upgrades continue to come through for a few moments, like I said. Bioforce is going to come through all the way across the map, so it is going to be now BabyMarine on the offense. As LunaSea's army is not great either. Now it's just pure Zealot Stalker, and I can understand why you kind of wanted to go before, but losing the numbers game is going to be bad for you, especially when now the Terran is 1-1 to 0-0 for the foreseeable future. BabyMarine backs up a little bit. He's a little bit afraid of continuing to attack in. He will reinforce. He's moving across the map with reinforcements. That part is good. That part, I think, is absolutely correct. It's going to be a little bit difficult to make the right calls here because you're a little bit afraid. You've lost some fights, not just in this game, but in this series in general, right? So I think being a little bit... being a little bit kind of on top of kind of your cautious kind of side of life is not a bad thing. The Stalker's going to come in from the right here. As we drop down this base, I honestly think you should look at this though and just be like, I think I can fight this, right? Maybe a Zealot count would be problematic, but the Zealot's already kind of low HP. As they run in, they're going to die pretty quickly. Widowmine's going to be good on those few Zealots, and now it's just Stalkers. You can always fight Stalkers if you've got a good Marauder count left over, and that is obviously the case right now as the Bioforce comes through, cleaning out all those Stalkers, everything going down, and this one is going to be pretty much it, as our +2/+2 just comes up from LunaSea. Going to try and get into further upgrades. The BabyMarine is doubling the supply of LunaSea right now, so looking extremely good right here. I mean, it looks as though BabyMarine is going to make this happen, which, great for him. Great for him, as you see the Medivacs, Bio, Vikings, and the rest continuing to gather into the bottom side of the map. I'm just going to see the Guardian Shield pop, and Lily MP comes down. The Stalker's going to get hit. The Zealots will fall. Now just see the rest of these Stalkers getting cleaned up, and BabyMarine is going to be the final player qualified out of Challenger Bracket A today. Congrats to him. LunaSea will have other chances in the other qualifier brackets, which will continue throughout the course of the week. So there's actually sorry, we're on season 12. Yes, I'm in the wrong place. There's 5 challenger brackets. B and E are open to anyone who played an OSC event this year, which basically if you played a tournament at some point, you probably played an OSC event. A, C, and D are for OSC elite members only, so bracket B actually takes place, I believe, later today. So bracket B takes place in about 2 hours' time. That's open to, like I say, anyone that played an OSC event in the year, so that'll be fun to see. We're not going to be here covering that one, someone else will be. But we'll be back, I believe. I next have written down the 7th. I feel like I'm missing a date in my calendar. Let me double check. So bracket B is later today. Bracket C is... No, bracket C is tomorrow. I feel like I've just written down the wrong thing for tomorrow. I just haven't written down the right thing. No. Yes. I'm all over the place. Hang on. I've got too many windows open. Bracket C is tomorrow. Yes, bracket C is tomorrow. Perfect. Yes, so bracket C is tomorrow. So we'll be back here doing the same thing tomorrow. Yes, because it's the same time as the Leo Lee qualifiers. For some reason, I already had Leo Lee written down. But I don't know why I moved it around the wrong way, basically. So tomorrow's the last time. I'm confused. Tomorrow's the last LunaSea qualifier, right? Yes. So basically, we will be covering OSC Championship Bracket C tomorrow. I'm just completely confused what I've written down, what I haven't. Hang on. No, it's not me casting tomorrow. Perfect. That's why. Because I didn't get asked to cover tomorrow. It's Dave Testa casting tomorrow. So I'll be doing LunaSea tomorrow, guys. Okay, back on track. I was so confused. All right, so yes, I will be back. I will be back with OSC. Next time I do OSC will be on my birthday, in fact. So next week. So that'll be next week for my birthday. We'll be doing the OSC Challenger Bracket E. And then tomorrow I'm actually here with the big LunaSea qualifier. Yes, I'm just getting confused because there is an OSC qualifier tomorrow that overlaps. But I will not be casting it tomorrow. So that makes more sense. Perfect. Perfect. Alright. Well, there you go. After a bit of confusion, we figured out what we're actually doing this year. Alrighty, guys. That's it for us today. Appreciate you all. If you did enjoy the stream, obviously, the usual, you can follow, subscribe, and donate. If you really enjoy, you can obviously support the channel as well by checking out the Star Trek Fleet Command sponsorship. That is !star in the Twitch chat. As just mentioned earlier, we've already raised $1,000 with you guys taking part and playing the game. So when I say that this is a significant help to the stream, I really mean it. $1,000 is obviously nigh on a StarCraft 2 tournament already, so keep on checking it out if you didn't already. The !star command in the Twitch chat. Download level 2, takes about 5 minutes, adds $1 to the stream. Level 6 takes about 20 minutes, adds $2 to the stream, but when you get level 6, you're also at the point where you can unlock your second ship pretty much. That adds $9 to the stream. So for like about 20 to 25 minutes of tapping away whenever you have a time on your PC or on your phone works as well. You know, do it, as when you're on the toilet for the next week. And you will add like $10 to StarCraft 2, so check that out. !star in the Twitch chat helps us out a bunch. We appreciate you guys for being so supportive on that so far. And like I say, I'm only pushing it further because it continues to be very successful. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Nothing else for us to cover today. Pretty chill day. Pretty chill day as we just get to move on to the next one. All right, you guys have a great rest of your day. I'm going to have a great rest of my day. I'm going to go hang out a little bit and chill out. I'll run a set of ads on the outro here, and then I'll go host somebody up so you guys can enjoy more StarCraft 2 action somewhere. I don't know who's streaming right now. I think BabyMarine's streaming, but I'm not sure if he will still be streaming by the time we host. But either way, we're going to host somebody up in a few moments' time. So I will see you guys later. You guys have a great rest of your day. Peace out. Bye-bye. Take care of yourselves. Thank you so much, OSC, for having us. And like I say, good luck to anyone playing the OSC Challenger brackets over the next few days until I'm back with them on Tuesday. Bye!